Hello and welcome to The Last Ditch, Warhammer 40,000 or 40k, whatever sounds less brain breaky to you. Season 2, episode 17? I think we're 17. That sounds like the right number. I'm gonna go with 17. We're here with our final run with our third guest cast. And unfortunately, we're also missing a member. Mathis couldn't make it today. He's not feeling too great. Sent him, I don't know, feeling better energies and virtual hugs and all that kind of thing. And we hope he's feeling better soon. So we're down to two today. We're getting the the enemy are thinning the herd, but we're holding together. We've been doing good work for the 1-4. Lime is going to appreciate a lot the efforts of this cast so far. But
that's what we like to hear. That our commanding officers will know our names and remember us.
it's like at some point the guy in charge will be handed a data slate with your names and may even read them.
Yeah, there's just like a cut till Liam just like sitting at a desk, looks at a data slate, goes, "Huh," and then it cuts back to us like dying and fucking fighting stuff.
I mean, that's basically it. It's like, yeah, this all happens, and then someone comes in like, and Lime's just like, how's the progress in the in the Hive Island? And they're like, it's going all right. Like, excellent, good work, keep it up. That's the whole thing. All quiet on the western front. Anyway, the announcements for today. Thank you very much to our supporter for today, Inquisitor Hero Sheep. Thanks for supporting the episode and helping us out. And actually, I think because of because we're missing cast members, you actually are paying fully for this episode, so we appreciate it.
Thanks.
Wait, oh no, it's short. It's just short. It's close enough. It doesn't matter. You're doing great. Thanks
yeah,
for
it's most of it. It's most
yeah.
of it.
Thanks for making this episode happen. We super appreciate your support and thank you for being awesome. We also have some things happening on the Patreon. There are some character sheets out for Good Strong Hands, our show that was on Saturdays and has now ended. You can check those out and see what everyone's stats were like by the end of the series. There's also some stuff coming out for Dungeons and Dragons Ascension. We have the character sheet for the Chaingeist creature that we encountered a couple episodes back, and there's going to be more things coming in the coming week for the most recent episode, which you can now watch the after show of and stuff as well that came out yesterday. Many things happening with Ascension, as there often are on the Patreon. Lots and lots of custom made things by EE for you to check out and maybe throw at your own table if you're feeling mean. Also, we are sponsored by Roll20, which is the thing we use for all the things. We every show we use Roll20 to do the dice rolls and all that because it's super convenient and supports all the RPGs basically, even ones that don't exist yet, because you can literally just like program in your own character sheets and it's surprisingly easy. I mean, I haven't done it, but other people have done it, and apparently it's relatively simple to put together, which is cool.
It turns out you can run stuff on Roll20 that only exists in books and not on the internet anywhere as well. Yeah.
True.
I've been doing a lot of transcribing recently, so I can tell you that it is possible.
So yeah, we're sponsored by them. You can check out the Twitter. We have some giveaways that we pop up from time to time where you can get books for RPGs on Roll20 for free if you win. So check those out. It's usually the pinned tweet is about the latest giveaway if there is one going on at the time. I always just say that because I don't actually know what the state of the giveaways is, because Maggie manages that. I'm like, there's probably one happening. There usually is. Maggie's pretty on top of that.
Stuff, things.
Just go look at Twitter. Your guess is as good as mine. But there's giveaways happening.
Yeah, Bentham knows all about Roll for it. Really, like just everything that's happening. Bentham has their finger on the pulse. Yeah. Of the
We've got good we've got departments, right? We're very good at our particular bits. It's like I don't need to worry about what's happening with the giveaways because Maggie manages that.
I'm only teasing you, Bentham.
Yes, it's great. So you can check that out. And yeah, let's talk about the how like we mentioned Patreon a fair bit there. Let's talk about how you can support us, which is mainly via Patreon. Sponsorships are great and all, but they would definitely not be able to allow us to do all the cool stuff that we do, not by a long shot. All the cool shows that we do and all of the cool people that we have on them are thanks to your support on Patreon. And it's your continued support on Patreon that allows us to continue doing this awesome stuff. We super appreciate you being so generous and awesome. But there's a whole bunch of tiers on Patreon if you're not familiar that give you a whole bunch of different rewards, including but not limited to MP3s of all our shows, after shows we record after every show. We talk about what happens in the show and check everyone's bacon preference in this show. You can also get character sheets both of the party and of the enemies that they encounter. You get lots of other secret GM things as well, like maps and session plans and all that kind of thing. You can submit names for it. Yep,
I'm
so
interrupting
much.
you, Bentham. I'm sorry.
I love it. It's
I
good
just
banter.
I remember you saying at one point, if during the announcements you can do something funnier than the announcements, you do it. So I'm just trying to
No, I'm like, by all means, jump in. That's my thing. It's like I like this script is just coded into my brain now. I've done it so many times, and any alterations make it more interesting for me and everyone else. Yeah, you get lots and lots of stuff, particularly for Ascension when it comes to GM secrets, because D&D takes a lot of like prep, basically. So he has many things prepped that he can then show you. But we get them in other shows too, of course. You can submit names for NPCs. You can watch the monthly recaps where the admins talk about the events of the previous month and how things are going for all the shows, and occasionally give you some hints about what's coming up. And also, if you're crazy, you can support at Legend Tier, which lets you take part in a once monthly game gemmed by a member of the Roll For It cast, which is just a private game off camera that you get to be a part of, playing weird and wacky systems with weird and wacky people from all over Roll For It. You can also support in other places too. You can do the Twitch things. Of course, you can drop us bits. They will appear in the cup, and you can try and fill that or empty that as you see fit. You can give us tips, and they appear on the screen, and we read them out at the end of the show. So thank you for being awesome and supporting the episode. And you can also, of course, subscribe on Twitch, which gives you emotes and badges and immediate access to the VODs. Normally, you have to wait 24 hours for them to appear over on the YouTube. But speaking of YouTube, you can become a YouTube member over there, which gives you emotes and badges. And being a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or Patreon supporter will give you access to our Discord, where you can hang out with us and other fans of the show and talk about all the things. You can join the rear guard there, make some dice rolls that affect things for the cast, and if you're Medicaid, don't screw it up too much. And if you're artillery, don't screw that up too much either, or maybe screw it up a little bit.
Just do it. Yeah, just do it. Just fuck them.
Are you
Do it.
forgetting how you got promoted, Bentham?
Well, yeah, it's like you can screw up a little bit, so that if I also screw up, the combined screw up gets my superiors blown up, so that I can take their place. But it's a risky game to play, that one. It can backfire very easily.
Don't worry, rear guard. If you're an artillery rear guard, I want you to fuck it up as badly as possible. All right, I'm just throwing it out there for you.
I mean, when you're in the middle of a hive, you might as well call artillery. It's not going to get to you, but it is going to hit the hive.
What is going to hit us from the air? Nothing. I'm safe.
Well, the ceiling, maybe.
Well, I mean, sure, but there's a lot of floors above me than the artillery. It's fine.
That's true.
And yeah, there's other rooms in there too. You can look for groups, you could play games, you can do all that kind of thing. You can just say hi and talk about whatever you feel like. Maybe bacon. Just stick with the theme.
My God, the mentioning of bacon, this has just got my stomach just like bacon. Haven't even started yet, and I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's all that stuff. You can also just support us just by being here, just by showing up. You're making the numbers go up and the websites go burr and the algorithms like us, and that's all helpful as well. Pressing all the bells and whistles around the player that you happen to be watching this in is also appreciated. That helps too. And bring your friends along as well. Then they can also press the bells and whistles. And it's like
what if I am
saves you the
watching
trouble.
this, Bentham? What if I am watching this on my Zune?
Sorry, that's a deep cut.
Yeah.
Here's a deeper one. I'm not actually sure what a Zune is. I think I knew once, but it's gone from my brain.
I think
it was a very poor attempt at a like iPod competition / phone thing that really did not take off in any meaningful way, shape, or form. It was like the little UMD, the little Universal mini discs for the PlayStation Portable. It just nobody liked it.
Oh yeah.
I'd say it's like Betamax, but that's even further back. So
Yeah, I mean,
um, it's like
I don't actually know if you can even watch video on a Zune, so I just like,
I don't think you can, but I liked it. I was gonna drop an N-Gage reference, but it didn't feel appropriate. I gotta save that one. Keep it.
the N-Gage.
Mm.
Another deep cut.
I mean, these days you can watch like videos at least, like YouTube videos on like pretty much anything. Like I know you can like watch them on a 3DS, so it's like you could do that. Can't make it 3D though. You could also watch it on a fridge. If you are watching it on a fridge, don't press all the bells and whistles around the player because I don't know what that's going to do to your food. It's not
No,
safe.
the ice machine.
I mean, maybe you do hit the ice machine button considering the current state of the world.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah, pressing all those does help us out. We appreciate it. Bring on your friends. Hit the clip button as well when cool stuff happens. Maybe also when cool stuff doesn't happen, just do it anyway for the fun of it. It's practice. I don't know, but you can do all those things. We super appreciate it. And I'm gonna shut up now and actually let the show get going so you can have a fun time. Take it away, Sheepy.
I mean, you can keep talking if you want, Bentham. It's fine.
My defense mechanism.
Okay. So last week we had some fun times. Last week it was a lot of Sheepy rolling badly, and when you needed to, you guys were rolling really well. You went to assault a bunker. Someone, I won't name names to blame them for completely disrailing the whole bunker scenario, but Flowers managed to clutch a smoke grenade, which let Jesse just run up and incinerate the entire entrance.
That's what you do to bunkers, you know.
Yeah, I really regret being able, like, Bentham rolling so well, so you got that flavor, like heavy.
It has
flavor.
been a real pain in the ass for you, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing.
Well, and then you tried to take it away from me, and I was like, nah, crit one climbing the side of the fucking building. No, it's mine.
This
can't
is the
have
thing,
it.
is like flavors are super dangerous because the amount of close you need to get to hit the enemy means you can get shot, which would be valid if I rolled better.
Well, I mean, also, like,
I'll show you once.
enemies are generally mook-like in their stat line, so the reason it looks like you roll poorly is because you roll so much,
There we go.
right? Like,
Yeah.
it's I like to think of it as like a confirmation bias thing. You're not actually rolling all that poorly. It's just that you roll 100 million dice. So of course the bad ones are gonna like cluster up occasionally or whatever.
Yeah, no. My favored faction back when I was playing the tabletop was orcs, so I'm used to rolling a lot of dice. If anyone gets that, then well done. So additionally to that, you had the, as you said, the climb up to break into the command post place, which you didn't take any prisoners.
We didn't take any prisoners because we detonated the hell out of the entire place with like one chain grenade throw or whatever det pack that we threw through the wall.
Pack, then a grenade, a couple of grenades, and then a flamer. At the end, I was like, "Do you want to?"
I'm pretty sure I didn't even do anything. Like the flamer was just like everybody was dead already by the time I was flaming.
There were a couple of people still stunned and battered, and you know.
But
like,
I remember the dice rolls were like a lot of tens, so there was a lot of like righteous fury. We had a lot of righteous fury happening, yeah.
Okay. So after that, you were brought down, congratulated. Your sergeant was promoted to lieutenant. You yourselves were both promoted to sergeant.
Yes.
And It's been a few days since then, because essentially, the like internally in the 1-4, there's been a bit of restructuring as officers and NCOs have been killed, and people are promoted to replace them. Your squad, which is the 3F, which is flowers, flames, and frags, or something like that, I think.
Flash, frag, and flame.
Yeah.
Flash, frag, and flame.
The 3 Fs. F3.
Have essentially been formed into an official fighting unit.
Hell yes.
Given about 50 or so troopers to disseminate.
Let me guess, they're all the
sergeants.
craziest motherfuckers that anybody could gather up for us, right? Like, it's, that's the kind of, that's the vibe that I feel Flash, Frag, and Flame needs.
So they kind of gave you all the people who lost their squad mates and everyone while assaulting the hive from the beach.
Yeah.
So it's essentially the people who survived that, they're just like, we'll shove you into this squad. So yeah, yes, essentially, yes, they are all insane.
Wonderful.
But because of that, a couple of days have gone past. You've been kept out of the majority of fighting. Every now and then, a squad will be sent to guard a strategic anchor point, or just like sit in a bunker for a few days, or in a house, just to make sure no enemies trot through.
What does enemy hive activity look like during these couple of days, Sheepy? Like, what kind of resistance are we up against here?
The resistance isn't super organized. Once you broke through the initial defense lines, it is disorganized at best, and it's essentially, from talking to troops, passing by your bunks, by your kind of like barracks, or makeshift barracks, I guess is what it actually is. You essentially learn that the 1-4 and aspects of the Iron Brigade are fighting slowly up to the top of the hive. There's slightly more elite troopers, elite inverted commas, but they're basically still not putting up much resistance, and they've started to claim the upper echelons of the hive. Essentially, will allow them to claim the command structure or the managerial spots.
The sweet imperial palaces resting atop the massive rubbish that is this hive. Yeah.
Yeah. However, you've been told that you have a different job, as opposed to what a lot of
Of course
them are doing.
we do.
The major has assigned you to go down into the Underhive. Essentially, the entrance was defended by a kind of ragtag militia type deal. It was cleared away reasonably easily with minimal casualties, comparable to, well, no, very large casualties comparable to what you guys have been doing, but for the rest of the army, minimal casualties. And
we're good at keeping our people alive. Up until today, when we don't have our lieutenant and everything is gonna go fucking crazy.
So at some point, the sergeant who you've basically, the sergeant you've been talking to, relays orders from the lieutenant, who relays orders from the major. Who'd have thought it? An army has structure and hierarchy.
Holy shit, orders come from above, Sheepy? I would never have guessed that orders came from above. I thought orders came from below.
Oh,
Powered by the people.
The privates just go, we'd like to go home now, and everybody's like, okay.
To be fair, that is how it worked in the 3F with the sergeant and you two as corporals, because it was essentially like, yes, what should we do? And then either Jesse or Flowers would be like, let's attack. It's like, yes, let's attack. I thought of that one.
I mean, the great thing is that I don't have to spend the millisecond telling the sergeant to attack now. I can just go.
Yeah. But the sergeant comes around and details you with your assignment, which is very, very simply clear out and claim the Underhive, or this section of the Underhive that is through these kind of like big gate blast door things. They haven't been down there yet, but they've been.
It's like an Underhive sector that we're trying to clear out. Okay.
Yeah. They haven't been down there yet, but they've been kind of like just guarding it. There's been no attempts to come out of it or anything like that. So information will be minimal. You'll both be able to take 10 troops with so I rolled up what you got. Your squad has access to rocket launchers, heavy bolters, and melter guns.
Hell yes.
Woo.
I was gonna say melta-guns, right? Can I get some melta-guns?
Hey, I'm just glad I didn't roll multi-melter because that would just be silly.
I mean, melta-gun's pretty good though.
Multi-melters are more silly, so I was just like, okay, sure.
We're just gonna put some melta-guns in there, and we're gonna be some heavy bolters. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good time.
So essentially, you will be able to take one or two of the heavy weapons with your squad, because the rest will, the rest of
Here's my Warhammer related specific question, Sheepy.
Okay.
And that's a melta-gun is technically a special weapon, not a heavy weapon.
It is.
So how many of those can
Well-
I take?
Okay, so technically speaking, you're right, but no, you're not having a squad of melter guns.
Damn it.
Game respects game.
I mean, I gotta try.
I respect the attempt because I could see Jesse, like, maybe if Jesse
Look, if Jesse could get her hands on enough melta-guns to give everyone a melta-gun, she probably would, right? Like
I could see Jesse getting to like captain and then just leading an elite squad of like 5 melter guns with her heavy flamer, and they're like a strike squad.
Yeah.
But that hasn't happened yet.
She deals with the infantry, and then all the melta-guns just blow everything else up. It's fine.
Yeah. So you have your options. Obviously rocket launchers.
So you said we have like 10 people per squad, kind of.
Yes. So you and 10 people.
Is that both of us have 10, or is it the
Yes.
10 and then us?
If you'd prefer, you can kind of conglomerate into a squad of 20.
Okay.
And
Does that
go like
increase the
that.
number of heavy weapons we can take?
It doesn't, no.
No.
It would actually maybe limit it a bit more.
Yeah.
But essentially, you can work as one. What it'll allow you to do is in instances where you want to flank or something like that, it'll allow you to be a bit more flexible if you both have your own squads. And,
Oh, of course. I'm just bantering. So you said we can take 1 or 2 heavy weapons. I'm gonna take one melta-gun and 1 heavy bolter for
That
my
makes sense.
squad, because a rocket launcher is but a poor man's melta in the end.
Say that from 100 meters away.
Sure, but in terms of effectiveness,
Sure.
like, do you really think that Jesse's squad is going to be 100 meters away from anything they're trying to kill? Because I doubt it.
That's true.
I doubt it in the end.
That's true.
Flowers would go with the rocket launcher and heavy bolter. And I imagine Jesse would say, rocket launcher's just the poor version.
Yeah.
And then Flowers is coming. Bring it in, y'all. Bring it in. Love
Wait,
it.
is Flowers personally using it, or like?
I hope so at some point. Call me the sniper of the group.
So essentially, with the rocket launcher, especially, you'll have a trooper with it. If there's a point where you want to like blow up a building or something, you can just be like, "Yo, give me that," and then just use it.
Give me it.
So, it'd be the same with the heavy bolter and the melter gun. To be honest, like you can at some point just be like, "Yo, give me that."
Yeah.
so-
See, I would trade out my heavy flamer for a melta-gun if my ballistic skill wasn't trash.
Yeah,
right
melter
now.
melter guns don't have the
They don't have the benefit of just being able to say, "I kill that guy."
or at the very least set him on fire and make him wish he was dead.
Yeah.
So that was a rocket launcher and heavy bolter for flowers,
Yep.
and then I was going to say rocket launcher, heavy bolter and melter for
Correct.
Sergeant Hitchingham's. So
I've
it's
also just realized the 2 shows that I play on Roll For It this weekend, both my characters are named Jess, and I didn't do that on purpose. That just happened, thinking random names.
Both of them blow stuff up.
And both of them blow stuff up too. Yeah.
oh.
Anyway, sorry, that was a tangent. Go ahead, shoot me. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Everyone's allowed to type.
It wasn't intentional. I don't try to play the same character everywhere, but you know, sometimes it happens.
But hey, sometimes you just want to be called Jess and blow things up. It's yeah.
It works.
So you will have the ability to communicate kind of down deeper in is spotty, but they will give you a Voxcaster each. At the very least, you'll be able to Vox to each other. If you decide to split apart like reasonably far, you'll still be able to communicate between each other with the Voxcaster. Possibly not with the Surface. And you will also obviously have a corporal who will be. If you want to like choose your corporal,
we'll give the corporal. I mean, Kettering is my corporal,
Kettering.
Obviously, yeah. And Kettering's gonna be upgraded from canister toting nerd to corporal with the Voxcaster, and then some other nerd is gonna carry my heavy flamer canister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you just like to grab Harper?
Sure, any random nerd is fine.
I meant for
my
for
boyfriend.
Flowers.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
That Harper's had to carry me around in like a palanquin like for a week. And, like, just,
make way for the sergeant. Coming through.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I would grab Harper.
So do you want to make him a corporal or?
Absolutely.
All right, Corporal Harper. Do you want to give him anything to mess about with? Or
Give him the rocket launcher.
Yeah, I think he's probably gonna have to carry that rocket launcher. He's got the shoulders for it.
He's a big fella, right? Yeah.
He is corn-fed, just
corn.
It's a shame. It's a shame I didn't roll a.
He's the Kobe beef of the Imperial Guard.
Sorry, that got me.
It's a shame I didn't roll a ripper gun for you, because then he could run around with ripper guns are fun, but only
ripper guns are just Ogren guns, aren't they? It's just the Ogren rifle.
Hey, I had a game of Odie War where someone was big enough that I custom ruled it to allow them to use a ripper gun without like problems, just because it was funny.
I mean, ripper guns have the benefit of being Ogren proof, like stubbers, I guess, where you can just beat people with them and they don't break.
It's the closest the Imperium ever gets to an orc gun, I'd say.
Yeah.
Is the ripper guns. So you are able to essentially set up your squad however you'd like. You don't have to kind of go into massive detail, so you're like, okay, you follow me and you follow. But if there's any kind of like little notes you'd like me to take for as we go ahead, you know, like for example, if you want one specific character moving ahead as a scout as you go.
Yes, I do. I definitely do. Okay. We have one guy in our 10-man squad. His name is Steve. And he is our scout. He leads the pack, and then I'm like the next person in line.
Okay.
Because I have the heavy flamer, so I want to make sure that I'm not behind people mostly. But he goes like, you know, like a little further ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Followed by you.
There you go. All that's my deployment. Everybody else in a clump behind me. You know.
Yeah. and the very standard tactic things, you know, you'll have your heavy bolter slightly back from the main blob of troops who are moving with you, ready to set up at the moment of
course
engagement.
I've definitely thought through the tactics of using a heavy bolter properly. Jesse's strategy isn't just move forward, kill whatever's in front of us.
And for Flowers, if there's any like additional things,
No, Flowers doesn't need a scout. I'm not going to let rank stop me from charging in the lead. No, I don't think there's any extra special attachments we need, although I think I'd like a tail-in Charlie to kind of watch her flank, and if I go down, Charlie takes over.
Do you want that to be your corporal?
Yes.
I thought
would
Harper
also-
Harper was your corporal.
Yeah.
He's the corporal of my heart, but
Oh,
Charlie
okay,
actually
alright.
calls the shots.
I got
I
you.
made a fake medal and everything. I was like, here.
Who I see.
I thought I was your corporal. Oops.
Oops. You're the corporal of my heart, private.
It's like, get out of here.
Okay.
I only
Um,
saved your life, like freaking no problem.
Fell off a building. Harper caught me, and it was just like,
Didn't even get a
Yeah.
promotion.
oh.
No, just
No appreciation. No
The
appreciation.
best part is Harper doesn't even remember it. Like, saved you, win. Fell off a building.
You climbed up a building.
We've never done
Remember
that.
So the sergeant, essentially, like, after a few days, as I said, the fight is going pretty well. You don't really know like casualty numbers. I don't think it would specifically concern you, but if you want to go asking around, like, feel free.
A number.
Yeah, is essentially. It's
How
not-
many casualties are there? We still have enough people to go forward and shoot other people, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
It's not more than was expected. So, and you've been capturing your objectives. This is the one for in general. This
I have a
kind of,
question. I have a question for you, Sheepy.
Yeah.
How much armor has been deployed to this hive now that we've captured?
There's not really space for armor inside.
Damn it.
It-
I was
it's-
just thinking like a nice demolisher could just like push through everything and just.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, I
There,
don't
there was a 1-4 episode with a Vanquisher.
know.
They basically went all fury on the episode. It was a lot of fun.
Just put a
Um,
bane blade on the beach.
There aren't any Bane blades.
All right.
I'm not silly. I'm not gonna give people Beyblades.
I mean, you might. I was, like, there's only two of us. We need advantages, Sheepy. It's like just angling for any possible advantage. How about armored sentinels? How about a chicken walker, Sheepy?
Again, probably wouldn't fit. Through
I'm literally just feel like
Hey,
you can
I
say
have
no.
to take requests
You
seriously.
can say no.
But yeah, the sergeant comes in after a few days. Things are going well. The majority of the hive is taken. It's just some of the upper reaches that need to be breached and taken. And now it's time for the sections of the Underhive. And the
Heck
sergeant
yeah.
walks in, says, Sergeant Hitchingham, Sergeant Flowers.
Yeah, Sergeant. Yeah, well, time for us to go. We finally.
About that time, I hope that you've been getting your squads ready, because we don't know what you're going to find down there. So be prepared for anything.
Don't you worry, Sergeant. I've got them as prepared as I could possibly get them. One of them has a melt-a-gun. Another one has a heavy bolter. That's prepared.
Sounds
You know?
prepared to me.
I've got them
I-
up against the wall doing standing squats for about 5 hours. We'll see who has the strongest thighs, and that's going to determine our strategy for the day. But they're
Hey!
always ready.
Hey, Flowers. Should we restock on grenades maybe before we go? Make sure
Yes,
everybody's got like a couple of.
As long as they don't flash.
I thought
go
that was your
backwards.
strategy, flashbanging
backwards.
your own team.
Yeah. You know, it's a lot easier to shoot the enemy if you don't have to see them. Like it was.
I mean,
it
it's
worked.
never
Some-
stopped me.
Sometimes
Never
that's
stopped.
true.
Literally never stopped me.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, make sure that folks have like the right supplies for a trooper if we can get them.
You'll have
those
a couple of
supplies.
frag grenades each, couple of flash grenades each.
Wonderful. What about Flowers' famous smoke grenades?
Well, you traded for those. Managed to find
Yeah.
them, luckily. If you'd like to go looking, you can do a little bit of commercial.
I mean, Jesse doesn't.
Yeah.
Jesse doesn't need smoke grenades. I was just saying.
Flowers does though.
Jesse
Smoke 'em if
brings
you got
the
'em.
flame, not the smoke.
Flowers
where
is
they're-
walking
where-
around,
listen,
scratching
the-
his face, asking, "You got some smoke grenades?"
The
Yeah.
expression. The expression is where there's fire, there's smoke, not the other way around. It's fine.
Yeah. Smoke happens after.
Flowers walking around asking for smoke grenades the same way Eugene Rowe asks for scissors.
If they say no, I have Harper pick them up and shake them and see if any fall out.
So a literal shakedown. Okay. Roll me a commerce with a +10.
Okay.
Just purely because you got Harper shaking people down.
Come here. All right. I'm trained in commerce. I put points in it.
Hey,
Good
it's
on
useful
me.
sometimes.
Yeah. 3.6 additional degrees of success.
Yeah, like the second
Oh
person.
shit!
The second person that Harper shakes down, just like like 3 or 4 smoke grenades just fall out.
So I just have a basket to catch them in as Harper shapes. Catch them in my hat.
Awesome.
There we go. Yeah.
thing is, you're sergeants now. So unless you go and do this to like a lieutenant or captain or something, you'll see that.
Yeah, we can officially shake down people who are lower ranked than us.
Yeah. So you can put in essentially in your squad, you have 4 smokes. So either keep them yourself, disseminate them as you like, or yeah. All right. Would you like to head off to?
Always.
Okay.
Never have I not wanted to head off to where the enemy are.
Really? Are you sure you're Imperial Guards?
I mean, I don't know that Jesse is even human.
Yeah.
so-
To be fair, there's been a lot of instances where the enemy has been very kind of lackluster and not very effective. So the usual fear for the enemy might not be quite as prevalent. Okay. There's a fair amount of back and forth, like squads kind of, hurrying through corridors and stuff. You're not in that much of a hurry to get anywhere, so essentially, like, you squeeze past other squads as you're going through corridors. Very, very occasionally you'll see a sergeant or occasionally even a lieutenant, essentially like waving people around, telling people to go specific directions. Doesn't really bother you because
We've already got
your
our
own
orders.
specific-
We know where we're going.
Yeah, and eventually you get to a fairly open kind of hall area, which has like a few buildings to the side, but the main feature of it is just up against this kind of fairly large wall, is just a big kind of I want to say ominous, but it's not really ominous. It's more forbidding, I think would be the right word. Like gate.
Giant gate.
Yeah.
It's like a boss door in a RPG.
Yeah.
It'll slowly open to reveal 50 Goliath gangers
Well,
and their behemoth leader who's like stemmed up to the nines.
matter of fact, it's already open.
Oh.
Because it's been there's kind of like some the remnants of like sandbags and kind of concrete walls. I think it's plasteel is the 40k version of concrete. Just essentially like hastily pushed together defenses that have been overrun. There's no sign of like the bodies or the gear that was defending it, but there's blasts, markers, and bits of blood splatter and whatever.
Sounds like a good time.
And the sergeant says, "Right, what do you are? No one's been down there, as I said, so once you've got your troops ready, just head on down and make sure that the whole section of the Underhive here is under our control. If there's any people there, do what you need.
You got it, Sergeant. If you could send a message back to the lieutenant for me, tell him we'll be back in like soon with a, like a victory or what have you. That'd be great.
Of course. And that's your lieutenant,
Yeah, that,
Right.
sure. He's probably talking to other lieutenants or whatever. So, yeah, tell the Van Huss, that we'll be back in a sec. He won't even miss us even for like a minute.
Right, you are. Well, good luck, sergeants, and be careful down there, right?
Well, bye. Sorry. Just doing it like that.
Okay, so the sergeant leaves you and your two squads essentially outside this entrance. You can already see from the entrance that it immediately kind of like inclines downwards, like not sharply, but enough that you'll be very aware that you're going to be heading down. At this point, they've managed to get the power back on to a certain extent. So, and also the Underhive tends to have its own power things that are worse. But aside from occasionally lights flickering and sometimes bits of things becoming unpowered, the hive is mostly intact. Aside from this huge hole in the side of the wall that you blew with a power plant, but really neither here nor there. So sergeants, what would you like to do?
I would like to advance into the Underhive, Sheepy, in a non-stealthy, dramatic fashion.
Yeah, Flowers is like, this is now a race. First person to clear the Underhive wins.
Okay. So you essentially give the sign of move out, and your troops on command essentially start walking down. As I said, it goes like slight incline, very clearly heading down, like hooks around to the left, keeps going down as you're walking, and then finally there's another hook to the left again, and then down, down, down. As you go, you do see a few. You know what? Actually, I'm assuming you're going to be looking and stuff, but the lighting, the further you go down, is a bit more sparse, and it's a bit more dark, and like even the floor is more rock than kind of the
Sure.
standard plasteel like flooring or whatever. Please.
All right, everybody, keep your flashlights up and eyes out for any potential trouble, and weapons at the ready, and I don't know, just don't get killed. Just pretty much.
Right, you are, Sarge.
Yeah, Flowers would just be like, listen, if you're gonna die, you better take much more of them with you before you die. A great many.
Is there a specific number you'd like us to take, Sarge, or is it just
57.
more than one? 57.
57.
Okay, Sarge, I will kill 57 before I die. How many have I killed already, Sarge?
Less than that.
Less than. All right, Sarge.
Yeah.
Let me know when I hit 57, and it's okay for me to die.
just.
Oh, that's gonna happen this session. Then he hit 57.
What do you mean, Sarge? I'm going to die.
Ryan just gave up the ghost. Just has a cyanide capsule in his jaw and just bites it at 57.
Hits 50. Yeah, hits 57 and just goes, "Guess I'm done."
Well, I've hit my quota.
turns to the commissar and goes, "I'm running away now."
Mr. Commissar, sir, reporting for execution.
Raise the morale of all my fellow officers.
It's like the story of that samurai who cut his own head off while charging the enemy. There's they're on like horseback, and they were like charging a line of troops, a line of like spear troops, and the like leader of the charge wanted to inspire his troops, so he just cut his own head off with his sword.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
If you're gonna go, that's the way to do it.
I mean, it worked, so fair play.
Yeah.
Not really expecting that from you lot, but you know, if you decide, hey, why not? Then yeah, okay.
I've never wanted to be. I never critical inspiration check. Murder myself.
Oh god, the worst would be if I asked you, rolled you after you to roll to inspire your troops after doing that, and you rolled a 100 fail. Be like, everyone was like, that was weird. Okay, well, we don't have a commander anymore. Let's leave.
You're in charge, Corporal Kettering.
Everyone, back to base for tea and crumpets. So, essentially, yeah, sorry. Could I get a scrutiny roll from you both?
Yes, indeed. Let me.
Critical success.
Oh,
I rolled a 1.
Oh, are we doing this again today, Grant? Okay,
Yes, 3.7 edition. Crit success.
I got the opposite negative of what Grant got.
That's great.
Okay. Flowers. As you're going down, obviously you'd notice there's a couple of bodies. That's not something you needed to check to see. As you're looking at the like sides of this kind of tunnel going down and the floor, you notice a few kind of like blast marks and etc. that seem a bit atypical of like las guns or stub guns, like the type of thing that generally you'd expect to them to use.
So it's essentially atypical signs of damage.
So yeah, signs of combat. Not
signs of combat. Yeah.
Not something you'd expect to see.
I'm gonna call it in to Jessie. Let her know.
Yeah,
we got some weird stuff.
Essentially, you have Flowers like doing that half kneel down, like a ranger type thing, and just you know, Sergeant, like waves you over.
Yeah, Flowers, what's up?
What do you think made these marks? It doesn't look like las gun or traditional weaponry, but there was definitely combat.
I don't know. Looks like blast points. So, bolter. I don't know.
If you'd like to try and figure out what it is, we can do a roll, but it won't be
an
easy one.
I'd like to try to figure it out.
Okay. That will be a... In this instance, there's nothing that you can roll technically, so I'll go with something kind of close by with a minus. That'll be a -40 survival.
Okay.
-40 survival. I'm trained in survival, but I have a -40.
I only got a 0.8. Yeah.
Oh, -40, not +40. Sorry. Oh, I was supposed to.
You are threatening me with success even when your targets are 8 and 3. That is not cool. So you're not sure exactly what it is, but you find kind of like you find parts of whatever's being used. It seems like kind of like dusty, crystallized, like some type of glass maybe or crystal about the place. So do with that as you will. You're not 100% sure it's even the weaponry, but
yeah, I just can't make much sense out of it. I won't dwell on it too long.
Okay. All right. Well, just keep your eyes peeled for whatever might have been shooting it. And, Yeah, we just keep on going.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, as you keep going down, eventually it takes you maybe like 20 to 30 minutes to move your way down all this way. Not just because it's a long kind of descent, also because it's essentially quite I want to say rough terrain, but it's not rough terrain, in terms of game mechanics, just in terms of walking. It's not very well excavated, and it hasn't been, you know, not even maintained. It hasn't been initially like moved away or stuff. It seems to have been excavated rather quickly. So eventually you get to the exit. It kind of like it slowly flattens out, and then you come to similar doors, except for a lot smaller than were at the top. Enough for about 3 or 4 people to walk side by side through, and enough headspace for you to get through. But the door down here is closed, lit up, and has a kind of panel with it.
I guess we go through here.
Yeah.
Flowers, you got anybody who knows how to, like, I don't know, jury rig this door open so it doesn't close behind us or any nonsense?
Um, Flowers, in his infinite wisdom, was like, "We're just gonna have to kill one of our own and use them as a doorstop." But no, we'll try to rig the door so it doesn't slam behind us. Come on, fellas,
Okay.
friends and enemies.
If you would like, that would be a tech use. If you'd like one of the troopers to do it, then let me know.
I'll do it. Flowers is going to show him how it's done because I am trained in tech
I
use.
know that Jesse does not have very much tech use, so.
I am. Got 2 marks in it. So it's going to be like, all right, everyone, gather around. I'm going to explain how to do this. I'll either humiliate myself or I did really well.
Yeah,
tech use 3.1 additional degrees of success.
Yeah. Essentially, you get the door open and like program it to stay open. Additionally, while you're in there and while you're like dealing with the controls for the door, you essentially put a subroutine in that if anything tells the door to close, it will automatically reopen and stay in its natural state. It won't work forever. If someone with enough technological knowledge comes along, they can essentially like cancel out that subroutine, but it will give you time, if you're lucky.
Yeah, I just don't want our way out being jammed up.
It's a good call. Good strategy.
Yeah.
That's why they made me staff sergeant.
Here.
So basically in front of you, and opening up is essentially what is an underground city. It's not massive. It's not, going to it's not going to blow your minds where you're like, wow, you're not looking at like an underground dwarven city, but it's quite spacious. There's a lot of buildings out in front of you, kind of like metal ramshackle, about 3, sometimes 4 stories high, essentially, with enough kind of headspace to not threaten to like clip the top of any of the
Well,
buildings.
I mean, I guess as we're moving through, like, I want to make sure that we're not, leaving any uncleared ambush points behind us or anything like that. So it's just like making our way through the area, like checking corners, checking houses and rooms and so on.
You essentially want to like go building to building, sending 1 or 2 people into each building to clear out a building before you move past it. Yes.
Yep. Correct.
Okay. Let's run off first with an awareness check, just to see if you, because as you may have guessed, it's very, very quiet down here.
Minus 4.7.
Oh, you don't see anything.
I have no awareness. I am unaware.
Jesse is unaware? Really?
I mean, it's been the case for all the other times.
I ain't got time to notice things.
Never stop to look.
The pre-igniter on her flamer is too bright. It really darkens the rest of everything like ahead of her.
Flowers, do you want to roll a awareness?
Yes. Flowers becomes one. The universe. Hey, 4.4 additional degrees of success. Rolled a 4.
Roll a
What is it?
4.
Like Grant keeps getting the opposite of what I get.
Yes,
It's
it's
just like by the actual amount of successes.
it's really nice to give you guys the. Oh, sorry, for some reason that went weird. It's really nice to give you guys the like. Oh, see if you notice something. Both of you roll. One of you gets like a crit success. The other one fails, and then you just swap around. So it's
Yeah.
share the burden of success, I guess.
Damn, we're dancing.
I like it.
So yeah, essentially, as far as you can hear, there is nothing out in, or at least nothing or no one out in this kind of like expanded city that's like moving around, making noise, like, you know, preparing defenses. There's no, it's just a low hum of generators and electricity and just the cavern itself. So, you know, before you head out into the open, like, feel free to take a moment to basically discuss what you want to do as sergeants and as squads, because obviously spider sense tingling a little bit, I would imagine.
Yeah, Jesse, my spider sense is tingling. First, I thought it was this new deodorant I had applied, and I was having an allergic reaction. But no, this doesn't feel or look right. Almost as if we're going into a trap.
Yeah, but what else are we gonna do? Not go into the trap? Like, what? Like,
I think we are the trap. We're trapping them. They're not trapping us.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's the whole, like, you know, they pop out, we know where they are once they do that, and then we kill them from wherever we are.
Murder time.
So kind of like, I'm not trapped in here, you're trapped in here with
Are
me.
you a sergeant? You're not allowed to be talking.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So,
sir.
you know what, soldier? You're exactly right. I was just trying to say it in a way that didn't directly reference that particular reference, but you know,
Yes.
you've seen the
I
movie.
don't know what
You've seen the
reference
movie.
you're
I
talking
guess
about.
you know, like the Holovid or whatever. I don't know what the people watch in Warhammer.
Flowers Journal.
You've directly
Day
downloaded
65.
Watchmen into your brain. That's, you know.
Everyone in the 1-4 just dreams
You've
the
seen it.
Watchmen movie every
You've
night.
seen
Yeah.
it. You've seen it projected on a servo skull onto a wall or something. I don't know.
I have very vivid dreams, I do. It's like latent psycho connected to another dimension.
Oh no.
That
Yeah,
wouldn't end
very
well.
very vivid dreams doesn't seem great.
So, what would you like us to do, Sarge?
Yeah, Flowers, you have a read on this the situation, right? You wanna direct the troops?
Just to give you a bit more information, as I said, it's kind of like 3 or 4 story houses. Some are a bit smaller. They're kind of, essentially, the best way to describe it simply is kind of a shanty town. They're all buildings kind of like squashed together wherever they can. It looks, on like looking at it from the entrance, it looks essentially to be probably the people who excavated this area are the ones living here. They were basically sent down. It was like, yo, excavate this bit, and you see a few places like kind of a bit more lit up, a bit more fancy looking. You know, like might be a bar, might be but the majority of it is just housing. Doesn't seem to be any signs of, like, you know, part of the military like guard stations or anything along those lines. So
Yeah.
and it's kind of just streets and alleyways and whatnot.
Yeah, my instinct is to rocket launcher a key target from a distance and lob in some smoke grenades.
Jesse just cocks the flamer as like, who needs buildings?
I know, that's
just like
one of those
slowly
things.
walking forward, lawnmowing the entire area. Additionally, you can't see, like, obviously because of all the buildings and everything, you can't see very far. You can kind of see down alleyways and those type of things, but if you want to get a lay of the area, you'd have to obviously go up high somewhere.
That might be the best approach in order to sort of, I mean, it's a shanty town. It'd probably be difficult to make like a tactical guide through it. Like, we should make our own roads if they're all twisty turny and hard to navigate. Yeah, I think Flowers wants to get up high and see if he can get a lay of the land.
Okay.
I'm gonna station my units near the base of wherever Flowers is like climbing to, so that if disaster strikes, we're ready.
All right. In this instance, I think this will be probably awareness, but with like a +30, because it's not super difficult to pick out a high building.
Right.
It's just like which one would be the most advantageous, I guess.
Yeah. 4.2 additional degrees of success.
What are you doing to me? So
No
roll.
stopping this Flowers train.
Flowers is on a mission.
So
Win the war. It was his personal assignment. Win the war, Flowers. Yes, sir.
On it, sir.
There's a few kind of like taller buildings with very obvious kind of access ladders and whatnot. There's one a little bit further in to this kind of like town area, which goes a bit higher than all the rest, and it essentially would give you a good kind of view of the entirety of the place. You'd have to go in a little bit deeper, but it's down to you how paranoid and worried you are about, walking through this apparently deserted place.
Not that paranoid.
Okay.
But we would try to take as concealed a route as possible. As one, I imagine if there are bogeys, that's where they're hiding. And two, it'll help. If they're not, I'd rather run directly into the bad guys. But if rather than let them sneak up and eat us, it'll probably offer us the most protection, concealer approach.
All right. And Jesse, did you say you wanted to go with, or?
I mean, if we're moving out for sure, but I'm just trying to make sure that like, because Flowers has some idea of like where the enemy are at, or like some awareness of that. Staying close and like being able to respond with Flowers' like squad is probably the way to go.
I mean, there are a few options for you here. Like, if you want to basically follow Flowers and disseminate your troops to clear buildings on the way to this one.
I mean, that's my plan. Like, just keep clearing on the way. Yeah.
All right. So what this will be is an awareness roll from you, Flowers, and a command roll from you, Jesse.
Sure.
Take a +10 on the command here, because it's not like complex.
3.1 additional degrees of success.
Minus 3.5 degrees of success.
You need to do that swap over at some point where Elf starts rolling well.
It's fine as long as Flowers rolls. As long as Flowers rolls well, we'll be fine because I don't have to roll attacks. So.
No. Essentially, all it means is that a couple of your troops take too long. They don't get back. It just slows you down. So by the time Flowers has got to the position of this like slightly larger tower, you've fallen behind a bit. You haven't cleared out all the buildings. We'll see how it goes. Flowers. Essentially, this is what looks like a central hub for something. Maybe the leader of the thing. What you do notice is that there are a couple of like heavy stubbers, kind of surrounded by essentially like fortification at the entrance, and they're unmanned, but yeah, and also kind of like unmanned, out of ammo, you know. I was trying to think if I'd make you do a roll for this, but honestly, no. They seem to have been fired excessively in defense of the building.
Sweet.
And show all the signs of excessive fire.
How we looking, Flowers? Jesse, like, coming up behind as Flowers is
Yeah,
checking all this stuff
your
out.
troopers are
Yeah.
still behind you, but you can totally go.
Yeah, I just point out.
What's the
"Looky
deal?"
here." We have weapons that were highly used in a defense of their position.
Well, but wait a second. We haven't even sent anybody down here, right? They said we were the first people coming down here. So what are they firing in defense of? In defense of what? Each other?
I don't think so. There's probably what is best described as an alien presence down here. One that was not anticipated. Stumbled upon something while delving deep.
You
They
think?
dug
I
too
mean,
greedily and too deep.
Shadow
alien
with
presence
flame.
is alien presence sounds a little unbelievable given that there's a whole rebellion happening and they didn't even know about it.
That's true. That is very true. But I'm planning for the worst. Yeah, that's essentially Flower's take on it. It's like, something's down here. Maybe bugs of some sort.
Could be a Balrog.
Balrog of Morgoth. Yeah. So, yeah, Flowers is.
We just turned the corner. Hive tyrant.
Yeah. Well,
Yo, what's up?
I don't think that's happening, but it's just like, oh gosh, is that what's going to happen? Because we expect it now. Here's what I would do. I'm gonna try to discern based on the position of the weapons. Where was the assault most likely to come from? So let's look at it from the weapon's vantage point and try to deduce. Are there holes and creatures coming out of it, or enemy soldiers? Was it something more direct on the ground? Is it skyward? Yeah, I'm gonna try to discern based on the clues.
Well, I can roll. I can go with your previous awareness for that, to be honest. Yeah. It seems like the firing arcs and defensive, like range. There are holes essentially where where like buildings have been hit and the ceiling have been hit and walls have been hit, all this type of thing. I would say literally everywhere, as far as you can tell from the firing arc.
Okay.
Enemies from all direction. What that would tell me is it's something more, either just a huge swarm, almost even using the word swarm, I'm trying to avoid saying something animalistic, but that's what it feels like if it's coming from everywhere. Everywhere? That doesn't seem organized or tactical, unless there's just an overwhelming number. Or there was nothing, they got hopped up on hypnotic toad juice and just started shooting at the... Yeah.
I have another suggestion, Flowers, and that is that whatever was here, there's only like a couple, but they're really fast, you know?
Really fast and small, yeah.
Yeah.
And dangerous, too.
Whatever it is, there ain't anybody here. So, I think it won, or... I don't know.
Good on you. Yeah, promotion for the invisible force. Yeah, so,
I mean,
yeah.
so far we've encountered 0 resistance, which is a good number when it comes to reporting back for, you know, like, victory conditions.
Yeah, we're gonna investigate the shanty town further. Leave no stone unturned.
Would you like to go up to the top and have a little look around?
Absolutely.
Okay. Um, essentially, from this position, you can see to the edges of this kind of like city room thing, whatever it is. There are 4 exiting doors. Sorry. There are 4 exiting doors. I will describe the room for the kind of cavern place from where you came in. So you have one to the left, one to the right, at kind of like different positions, but essentially left and right, and you've got one straight ahead. Um, this appears to be kind of like the hub for and this is just you guessing essentially for more excavation and like expanding maybe.
I report this information back to Jesse.
Okay.
This is what I've seen.
So, what do we want to do about it?
Flowers ponders for a minute and gets that faraway look in his eye as the 2 out of the 3 hamsters that are powering his mental faculties are dead. And he's just kind of
I feel like
recap.
this is one of those situations where like usually Jesse would ask Van Huss and they would have a brief conversation that eventually resolves in like, okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
But like Flowers is the only other person here, and Jesse is not the brightest bulb in the shed.
Yeah.
No.
And Flowers is just like, I just want to fire the rocket launcher. I don't think it solves our problem though. So,
I mean,
Sheepy,
it might. If you fire the rocket launcher into the air, you might be able to spook whatever's out there and like get some like movement. You know?
Sheepy, walk me through this again.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can just. If I'm Flowers and I'm there, I will come up with a Flowers decision.
Okay.
Just sort of.
I can actually just give you a quick. Let's go to the map. It'll just be on the side very quickly, but essentially you have entrance you came in through. Kind of. Can you guys see this?
Yes, I see it.
Okay.
Yeah, I see it.
Entrance you guys came through. Kind of like shantytown cityscape. All here. You're essentially here in the middle. I'll mark you with a different color. You're essentially here in the middle. And then to this side, the green, there's a door. To this side, the brown, there's a door. And then to this side, the red. So you've at this point, you've essentially,
Okay.
I'll do it with yellow. You've essentially cleared about that, and the pink building.
I think we'd start making our way. I think we would finish scouring the town, and then green means go. Green door.
All right, green it is.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
No problem. Yeah, it can be hard to kind of like visualize where you are and what's around you.
Yeah.
So, do you just essentially want to go through all of the buildings, clear them, and make sure that there's no one here still?
Yes, or any additional signs of,
Signs of
we might
conflict or life. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, more clues.
In that case, what we'll do is we'll have a command roll plus, let's say 20 for both of you on this one. Just to see the speed and kind of like how
The answer may surprise you.
well, you never know. See. Oh,
What? I can't roll any successes today. Minus 3.3.
0.4 additional degrees of success. So.
I lowered the bar and you just kept going under it.
I mean, whatever, you know. Stay on target.
Stay on target. So it takes a while, especially for your squad. I think your paranoia, because Jesse's a bit less easygoing, a bit more paranoid than Flowers. I think that kind of rubs off on your troops, and they're hesitant to like poke their head around a door, and it slows down the whole kind of movement and stuff. As we're going, could I also get a scrutiny and also get an awareness from both of you?
You say scrutiny and awareness?
Yes, please.
Failed my scrutiny.
Scrutiny 1.1 degree of success, and then awareness
2.2.
0.2 degrees of success.
Okay. So as you're clearing streets and as you're clearing houses, the majority of what you see is pretty much what you would expect to see. If there was some kind of conflict here, knocked over, appliances and makeshift chairs and doors left open and all that type of thing. There's kind of blast marks and bullet holes and obviously blood stains like here and there. For flowers, we'll actually get to that in a moment. Additionally, in the like quiet silence, Jesse, there's a point where you hear a pop. It's really faint, and you're not 100% sure you heard it, but it's essentially like.
Well, there's something out there. Can I like follow that up somehow? Sheepy. Like, do I know what direction it came from, or like?
Yeah, vaguely. It's kind of you think probably the top of a building to your right that was just cleared out.
All right. I'm gonna send some guys up there.
Okay.
Go check it out.
All right. I'll just give
Two
them
of my
a roll.
random las gun toting goons.
Easily got rid ofable, sacrificable. There we go.
They are expendable to the nth degree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Hey, look at these folks.
I love this minus 6.7.
Yeah, one of them was like blinded by your flavor in a previous time, and just can't see anything or hear anything. Probably was actually flashed by.
They're just
flowers.
too busy. They're just too busy looking in the other direction.
So eventually, when they come down, they pretty much say like there possibly was something there, but it was on like the roof of the building, if it was, and there's no sign of it.
Well, all right. If it ain't there, it ain't there.
Yeah. There's no way to kind of like indicate when or like exactly what.
I mean, whatever. If I didn't find it, I didn't find it. I'm not gonna press the issue. We're headed towards the green door still.
Green door.
At the same time, while Jesse's investigating this, Flowers, you're called over. One of your troopers says, "Sir, I found some people."
Better be good. Oh, people.
Yeah, they won't let us near. I thought it best not to kill them, because of how we don't know what's going on. So we have them trapped in their bedroom.
Do you know if they're armed? Or
They have a knife.
Okay. We have those too.
I thought
Ours
you wouldn't.
explode.
I thought you wouldn't want us to kill them. Is all.
No, I mean,
But if you like,
it's gonna
I
be
can
harder
go
to get
back
to that
and-
number of 57, but I'll go parlay with them.
Oh, all right. Well, if you like, sir, I can just throw a grenade in and have done with it.
No, last time we threw a grenade in a place, we won. Only war. No, we throw it in there. We take out the
Wow,
entire.
I feel attacked.
You are. Yeah. I'm gonna go parlay with them. You rely on my charm. We know how charming Flowers can be. Hello, people.
Essentially, yeah, it's in a building. You have a couple of troopers, kind of like with their guns, with their las guns, kind of like half raised at the door, but the door is closed, and you can hear kind of like whispered conversation from inside, but can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna give my name, my rank. This is Sergeant Ebenezer Flowers of the 1-4. What occurred here?
And then you hear kind of like a scrabbling, and then like keep your voice down.
Why?
Are you are you here to rescue us?
Absolutely. This is the train to freedom. Um, However, I need to know what I'm rescuing you
We
from.
don't have a train.
Not yet, we don't, but I'm sure we're gonna find one by the end of today's episode.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask. Rescue you from what? I need more details. We didn't know anyone had come down here.
if I open the door, do you promise not to kill us?
I make no such promises. However, I promise I will not fire my weapon. That's the best I can do, because we need to establish some trust. You will not die for exiting your room or having a conversation with me.
All right. Well, I'll come out, but don't come in.
I won't come in.
I never said you wouldn't die there, sir. No, I'm only joking.
Just flamer as soon as it comes out. Gotcha.
I'm only joking.
Jesse agrees to nothing.
We don't negotiate with terrorists. Sorry.
So what comes out is a very disheveled, rundown, slightly bloody. Looks like he has maybe like a gash from his head, and like fairly wide-eyed and not really panicked anymore. It looks like that kind of like past panic where it's just worried.
Yeah.
And he says, how did you get in here?
Over yonder.
Oh,
Made our way through.
You came from the above the hive?
Yes.
Okay.
But I need to ask the questions, and I appreciate your willingness to engage, but you said rescue you. Rescue you from what?
If I answer, can we leave? Like, I'm assuming the door's open now.
Yes, the door is still open. We opened it, and
Wait, you left the door open?
We left the door open.
Oh, well, maybe they've left then. So, yeah, if I answer, can we leave?
Yeah,
you are
sure.
free to make decisions for yourself. You can come and go as you please.
Okay. So I don't know exactly what it was, but essentially, like, at some point, a few days ago, like, people started to disappear. And, I'd like living down here, it is kind of how it is. People will be how people be. But then suddenly there was, like, things appearing randomly and stabbing people and shooting people, and people were dying left and right, and no one could ever see them, and there was like horrible like screeching sounds and
I mean, that all sounds really great. Just super fun.
Good time.
It wasn't really, but essentially there was like they tried to like get everyone to bring their weapons and hold out in the in a like central building. It's essentially like, well, we called it the mayor's office, right? But they wasn't really a mayor. He was just like the head of the lot who runs the gang around here. But we decided to actually just hide and not make any noise. And we heard a lot of gunfire and a lot of screaming and explosion. And then it's been quiet for like maybe 2 days. and we've just been hiding
Mhm.
out and try not to make any noise. Basically, we were worried that if we like left the room or even the building, that we just go the same way. So
There's still not a 0% chance that that happens.
okay.
It's one of those things. You have left the room now, and you can go, and the door is open. Do not touch the door. Do not touch anything that's keeping it open. Do not close us in here. If you do, I will
I wouldn't.
drag you back and put you back in your shame hole.
I wouldn't know how. I'm just an excavator anyway.
Well, good.
Well, with that attitude, that's all you'll ever be.
Good.
No, you're free to go. We're giving you a hard time, but we live and we fight every day, and that is no life for a soft soul such as yours. You've seen some shit, kid. You've been through hard times. Go on, get out there, get to the surface, and go on your way.
Yeah. Okay. And then like opens doors like, all right, it's all right. We're gonna make a run for it. And then similarly disheveled woman and slightly older man all kind of like they kind of shuffle out and look at you and they're like, can we go?
What's
yeah,
the magic
you
word?
can go.
Please.
Yes.
Okay.
You
And
may.
they run and just there's a little bit of like hissed conversation that's kind of hard to catch because it's whispered, but the second they're outside it's just the sound of footsteps essentially.
Mhm.
And even that is like you get the distinct impression they're trying to make literally no noise.
Jesse, it makes me sad to see such souls living in the false reality where they believe their bodies will be completely silent.
Well, maybe we'll make more noise than they do, and whatever it is that they're
Cover
scared
their
of will
escape.
come towards us,
Cover their escape, yeah.
Not that I really care either way, but, green door?
Green door.
If I might ask, do you want us to finish clearing out the buildings, or
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. If Flower says yeah, then yeah.
right, our Sarge? And they kind of like the two who were still with you, kind of like have finished clearing the buildings. So they move out.
And after the building clearing, we need to do a head count, see if any of our people have gone missing.
I start.
That would be weird. I'm nervous now. We send them into buildings and just like half of them come back. It's like,
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's just Imperial Guard deserting at a reasonable point.
Yeah, honestly,
believe.
it could very much be just Imperial Guard desertions. But as the troops go through the buildings, there aren't any other instances. There are a few bodies found. A couple of them look kind of like, and this is what's reported back to you essentially. Okay, so yeah, it's probably better to phrase it this way. As your troops reconvene after searching all the buildings, you're given a couple of reports from a few different troopers who saw things in different buildings. There are a few bodies found, which I guess weren't cleaned up, or whatever happened. Essentially, they seemed like torn up to a certain degree, kind of like if not completely cut in two, then like slashed open and whatnot. And also possibly shot with some kind of weird weapon. It's kind of hard to tell. They might have just been punctured or
something ripped through them.
Yeah.
Oof.
There was also one with like these weird kind of burn marks.
Burn marks, torn to shreds, punctured by.
Let me just check my Imperial Guardsman's uplifting primer here for any information about unknown weaponry that we might have.
Okay.
And Jesse just takes out her primer and flips through it, looking for like burn weapons and penetrative. I don't know, like just looking for anything.
It's well, you know what the Imperial Primer is like. It's unhelpful in terms of
Yeah,
descriptions
super
of the
unhelpful.
enemy. So you can't see anything that would.
It's like orcs, you know those big mountains of muscle? That's muscle is all water.
Yeah,
They're
they're really
actually
weak.
they're actually really weak in melee. Yeah, you can fight them. It's fine.
You can hold off a Gene Stealer with your hand while it waves its forearms, just being like.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, there's nothing really that leads you to any conclusion. Feel free to make your own.
Cool. Well, nothing here that suggests it's anything out of the ordinary, so should be
Oh.
fine.
Additionally, all your troops are still with you, so
Nice.
there's no one missing.
No one missing yet. Okay. Green door.
Okay.
Let's see what's behind curtain number 1.
All right. You get to the door. Just FYI, it's not actually green. I just colored it green.
I know.
Sure.
I just wanted to make that in case anyone's like, oh, maybe there's orcs behind there because it's green.
Yes, it's the green door.
I mean, if it was
Orc door.
purple, you wouldn't have even been able to find it. So, that's an orc joke if you get that. So, yeah, it's essentially the door itself is openable. It is currently closed, so you don't know what's through it. There's a little console type thing, very similar to the last one, that you can just kind of jig through and like open. And if you want, you can, put in, because you succeeded last time quite well. If you want to put in the same subroutine to hold it open, you can do that too.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Heck yeah.
Open and hold the door.
Okay. Yeah, door slides open, and there's kind of like this carved out, like excavated corridor, basically struts and stuff, as opposed to the slightly more professional type thing, and it kind of like opens up into like a slightly larger, not larger than what you've been in, but like slightly larger than the hallway room, essentially, filled with weird plants like in a row, and this kind of shall I assume that you're just heading through it and investigating it? And
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say so, yeah.
let's roll an awareness, just for the sake of if you hear anything that may make you want to be careful, or like more careful.
We're always careful.
We're always
Negative
aware.
5.
Well, that means the elf is going to roll a success.
Boom!
What the hell?
1.9.
I was joking. Okay.
I was never joking when I said that we roll alternate rolls.
God
That
damn
was
it.
a
Okay.
deadly serious statement about the way that dice function.
So, yeah, you don't hear anything, or there's no spidey sense that goes off that says, something is watching us, or as far as you can tell, this is just as deserted as the rest of it. Again, there are a few like blast marks and blood splatters, but again, nothing really to indicate that there's something here currently. So you move forward and you move into this room, which is essentially like a large plot, kind of like quite wide and quite long, with what essentially you figure is like a workstation. It's got a lot of it's got a lot of kind of like crappy flasks and beakers and like essentially it's like a homemade science kit. you know, with like Bunsen burners and things
Oh,
bubbling.
good.
And would both of you roll me a survival with a +20, please?
Okie dokie. 2.1.
Damn, nice. Which, I was
3.6.
gonna say which means that Grant's gonna fail, but apparently not.
No,
Nah.
it actually only works one way, where we can't both fail, but both of
Oh.
us can succeed. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad of that. So,
Yeah.
So, it's essentially what you have here. Jesse, you realize that this is pretty much a farm of some type, like designed to bumper the food that might get sent down here. You would guess.
Okay.
So essentially, this is the food production setup. It's pretty much, from what you can tell, it's some type of like pumpkin style plant that like kind of sprouts, and there's these like fairly bulbous like bulbs sticking out of the ground that look a bit shiny and weird. Moving on from that, with your success flowers, you figure that this is actually, the plant is not what they're farming. They're actually taking this like weird kind of mucusy extraction that the plant gives off to distill into essentially liquid food. It's not very nice, and it's not very good, and it probably shortens their lifespan by quite a lot.
But it keeps them alive in the short term because they have something to eat.
Yes, that is essentially what it is. And you can see all the weird beakers and things are pretty much set up to distill this slime.
Gross, but cool.
Taste it. We're not gonna taste it. We're not gonna taste it.
No, don't taste it. Definitely don't. But I guess we like move into the space, like keeping our eyes open. Like we're just like moving through, doing a sweep here, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a massive area. It's essentially just like a kind of dugout. From what you can tell about this, it is essentially a dugout supplementary thing that they weren't asked to do. It was just because they weren't being given enough food, so they tried to make something to help them subsist.
So is there like an exit on the other side, or is this just like an enclosed area? Okay.
This is like a little room they kind of like dug out themselves.
Well,
at some point.
then I think my reply to that would be sweep it and then go back the way we came. Like just check the various nooks and crannies and then back out.
Okay. Roll me a command, please, with a +10.
I love command. It's worked so well the other times I've done it. 2.2. Hooray! Worked this time.
They're like as they go through, they're a bit more thorough than possibly they have been before. Maybe they pick up from something that the way you order it makes it feel like you're expecting to find something. You find like essentially behind a few like which are the ones that go up? Is it stalagmites or stalactites?
Stalagmites are the grow up because stalagmites are attached to the floor in a mighty fashion, and stalactites are tightly attached to the ceiling. That's how you remember.
Oh. Sorry.
They have to hold on tight, so they're
tight
stalactites.
To stay on the, yeah. Okay.
like
Hopefully that will stick with me.
Yeah. That was a like when I was like 8 or something. Like I had learned that.
I don't think I was ever taught, so it hasn't buried into my brain. I can never remember. But yeah, some stalagmites. Wow, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Some stalagmites are basically like up around near a corner, kind of making this corner of the room really cluttered. Behind it are a couple of bodies that have just kind of been essentially look like they've been like dumped there, pretty much. Showing signs of like slashing, of some kind.
All right. Like more of the same kind of thing, or?
Oh yeah. It looks like something fairly serrated and vicious, like tore them through.
Well, more of the same over here, Flowers.
Hmm. I always thought the Underhive would be filled with strange and wondrous things, not reruns.
Strange and wondrous. I hardly consider any part of this place to be that, but
I'm an
let's
idealist.
let's make our way back. We'll pick another door and go through
Yeah.
that one. Maybe the red one next.
The
Making our way around the clockwise, as it were.
our way, yeah.
Yeah, you're headed red door.
Yeah.
Okay. You move to the door, and this one is actually sealed. There's a routine. There's like a standard security routine in it to keep it closed. It's bypassable, but just FYI.
Flowers, you wanna take another stab at this?
Absolutely.
Tech use plus 30, please.
I'll give it the old secret knock.
Give it the old technical knock.
I'm hoping it's a crit fail and this is the death of Flowers just because opening a door and dying from trying
Just opens the console, crosses the
No,
wrong
I did much
wires,
better than that.
electrocutes
The door
himself.
just you try and open it, but the door just falls on you and crushes you. Yeah.
4.8 additional
you-
degrees.
Pretty easy actually. You just kind of it's easier to wipe out this than engage it. So you just kind of like disable the thing and then easily openable of the door. The door opens. It's very much like the original one that you came down to this part of the Underhive through. It essentially opens and reveals like a excavated tunnel with no lighting, FYI, that goes down. And it's a bit deep. It's a bit sharper and deeper down than the other one. And I think we will hit our break here, so that we can see where you guys go after the break.
Alrighty
right.
then.
We'll head to a break. We'll be around about 8 minutes. Go grab a snack, do the normal break things, and we'll be back with the second half. Hello and welcome back to The Last Stitch, Season 2, Episode 17, Part 2, where spooky goings-on are occurring.
Apparently.
Ghosts, just
You know, dead people with weapon injuries that I don't recognize, so that's fun.
You're not in a ship going through the warp, so you know.
Yeah, but we're in a hive. It's like the second worst place.
The Underhive, no less.
Yeah, I mean, there's like sump beasts and gators and
that's
the
just
water
the-
guild and
That's
there's
just
a lot
the
of
regular bad stuff.
yeah. That's just the regular bad stuff. Yeah.
And then there's people. They're
Oh my God, people! God, ugh. Grant, you know, don't you? People, gosh.
Gosh, people,
Speaking of people.
people.
So we opened the
Who
red
don't
door.
need
Should
people?
be.
So I wanted to segue. I was going to be like, speaking of people, the door opens. I'm like, that doesn't work. The door isn't a person.
What?
Anyway, the door opens and you can see down into essentially, as I said, it's quite dark. So like, you shine a torch down there, one of your troopers just and it seems to go down quite a ways. Slightly more inclined, so a little bit harder to walk down, kind of. Nothing that's going to require a roll or anything. It's pretty much all I can give you until you know.
We move forward. Advance, men.
Advance.
Okay.
Dun,
Okay.
dun, 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 dun. Sorry, that's
Yeah,
In-
where's our what is it squad musician to play the bagpipes as we descend?
I don't know. I mean, if you want, you could ask. Oh, what's his name?
I'll get Van Hus to give me the go ahead to hire a bagpipe musician for our next mission.
Yeah, but if you want, you could ask Kettering to just.
Yeah, over the Voxcaster too, just so that it like clouds the
It, like-
possible like vocals. Yeah.
It breaks out over Flowers' Voxcaster.
Mhm.
I do need to ask, however, because this is smaller. Essentially, you can probably walk 3 abreast. Down here. It
Mhm.
depends how you want to advance. This is slightly more important, just purely because it's not as wide, and are you going like? Do you want to run? I imagine Jesse, your squad first with your
Yeah,
scout
yeah.
up front.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and then Flowers' squad kind
Scout Steve is fully expendable all the way up the front.
Ready the rocket launcher.
of like. Okay.
I'm gonna ride it like a horse.
So, my question is essentially, how far do you want the scout ahead? Do you want him like?
I mean, far enough that he could like report back without just like disappearing entirely.
Right, so kind of stay within visual range, don't get too far ahead.
Yeah, but like be far enough ahead that if something's gonna happen, it happens to you and not us.
Right, gotcha. Okay, I'll take a command roll. It's gonna be a plus 40, just purely because, the essential...
I love having a plus 40 on something. 6.1 degrees of success,
that's
Sheepy.
Yeah.
fine. It was just essentially like, you're the commander of the scout trooper, and so saying no is basically getting executed, but it's also not a great
I
time
am your
going
commanding
first.
officer person up the front. Die up there or die back here. Make your choice.
They haven't really seen anything horrific enough to be like, hell no, I'm not gonna go. But yeah.
They will soon.
So as you move down, sorry, I assumed you were moving down. Are you
We
gonna?
are.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. As you move down, it's quiet and it's kind of echoey. You do hear some weird noises, kind of like maybe like rock on rock, kind of clattery, echoey every
yeah.
now and then. Could be one of your troopers, you know, like knocking something, or
That's fine. That's fine.
uh,
A
essentially,
little bit of ambient noise as we march.
Yeah. And you go down for maybe like 2 or 3 minutes before the scout hand up.
Everybody pause. Take a knee. Wait for the scout to like report in.
And the scout like turns around. It's kind of like crouching very slightly, and says, "There's movement."
And Jesse turns back to our squad and says like, "All right, I'm just moving up ahead. We're gonna, you know, go and keep your eyes out. Whatever."
Sorry, Sarge. Just
And we
wanna
advance.
approach
We
it
advance.
as a squad.
Yes, advance
Okay.
slowly.
Roll me an awareness, just Jesse this time, because Flowers, you're like a
Always.
little bit further back.
Minus 5.5
Oh!
degrees of success.
Okay.
Yo rolls.
Essentially, you're like fairly close up on the movement by the time you can discern what it is.
Uh-huh.
It's essentially another person in like the similar in like the similar garb that you saw the other people in, kind of like pressed really down low against a rock. Just yeah, like and they're you like as you walk up on them, you can see them being like,
Are they just like people? I'm just.
it's just just one person kind of like in the corner of this like tunnel, just at the side, like hidden behind this.
I guess
slightly-
Jesse will just like declare like, identify yourself.
Shh. Don't say anything. Don't make any noise. It's a door open up there.
Yeah.
Alright. And he like slowly gets up and starts to like creep and basically like doesn't pay any attention to you essentially and just starts walking past you and but like trying to creep and be quiet.
Sure. All right. I let him go because fuck it. It's fine. Weird Underhive people.
So shifty.
And they'll do the same with you, Flowers, so you know. If like I'm not telling you to, but if you want to stop them, I'm giving you the option before they basically
I am.
walk past. Okay.
Identify yourself. Must have slipped by Jesse.
Don't make a noise. That's when
I-
they'll find you.
We are a large, mobile military force. Asking us to be silent is a physical impossibility.
You don't have to shout though.
I'm not shouting. I'm just using my 6-inch voice. It doesn't go much further than here.
Alright. I'm leaving before they come back. So
Who's they?
I don't
Be
know.
more precise in your speech.
I don't know. Some kind of weird Xenos, alright?
Xenos.
Yeah.
How did it look? Can you describe it to me? More specific than weird?
Basically a blur of green and chopping was pretty much what I can say.
Oh
Green
shit! It's
and
the
choppy.
striking scorpions.
Okay. Well, you done good. I'll lower my voice very quietly, and you can go.
And then he just keeps going.
Okay.
So Jesse like looks back over and like he shuffles back over to talk to Flowers and is like, "So, apparently we gotta be quiet." I don't know.
Yeah, there's green choppy Xenos coming in.
All right. Well, at least we know what to shoot at if we see them.
Yeah, easy target.
Carry on.
Yeah.
But they're
Onwards.
uniform-
Okay. As you
Take
keep
us
going-
forward, Cheapy.
Off we go. into further into the tomb world. I mean,
There's just a
Yeah, it's
guillotine at
definitely
the
not-
end with 2 chopping blocks. All right, lay your necks on it.
It's definitely not Necrons awakened in the depths of the Underhive, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing: is if it was Necrons, you'd know it was Necrons just by the like architecture and stuff. So
I mean, but it could be deeper than this,
It's-
right?
oh, it
Like
could-
the
it
thing
could
about
be.
tomb worlds is that they're mostly like have to be excavated.
yeah,
It could be on a tomb world for centuries without knowing it.
that's the best thing about Necrons is how long you can be there perfectly safe. And
They all just wake up and they're like, "What the fuck is this shit built on top of us? Who put this here?" Just because we've been asleep for thousands of years doesn't mean you can just build shit.
Oh. It just makes me think about Trazen and Oricon when Oricon.
I mean, I think one of my
Oricon
favorite
gets buried under
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Divine and the Infinite, I think is the book.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite little Necron stories is from the just as a side note.
Oh yeah, totally.
Is from the Codex, like 8th edition Codex, where there's a story about this Necron Lord who like doesn't stop talking until he's basically like interrupted. Like his malfunction is basically that he's like a huge narcissist and just like loves to hear himself talk and like declare stuff.
Yeah.
But his troops are also like so basic Necron warrior that they can't really stop him. So he's just stuck in this infinite loop of declaring his like imminent victory and like his triumph over like everything in front of this like gang of Necron warriors who are all like not able to interrupt him basically. So it's just this forever speech. Yeah.
He's forever giving a victory speech.
Yeah.
My favorite is I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but there's a Necron Lord who still thinks he's a Necron Tyr and doesn't know he's a robot, like undead robot. He's got a manservant and everything, and he keeps thinking he's fighting like insurrectionists and secessionists and stuff.
Cool.
So Necrons are fun and weird. I heartily suggest...
But are we fighting them? Who knows? Onwards!
Who knows? It's probably orcs, right? Blur, choppy. Definitely orcs.
Striking scorpions.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, whatever it is, it's gonna be nasty. We know this.
Green and choppy could literally be Cadians with chain swords.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably the best of the bunch, really. I mean, they didn't protect their planet. Anyway, I just made like 50,000 enemies who like Cadia stands.
Cadia's piece of shit.
So essentially, after a few minutes carrying on walking down, the excavation has like a little side excavation, which moves off to the left, and then it also keeps on going down. The things I can tell you is that there is a slight emanation from the left, kind of like light emanation type thing.
Let's check it out, Flowers. I go left.
Okay, go left.
I follow along.
So as you go to the left, it kind of like it flattens out, so it's basically straight. It does kind of both of you roll me a survival, please. Just plus 10.
If I fail it, Flowers will stop breathing and die. Sorry.
Wait, what am I
A
rolling?
true
Sorry?
survival roll.
Survival plus 10.
Survival.
Yes, survival plus 10.
Oh, I
2.
stopped breathing. Negative
Oh.
3.7.
Oh, I'll roll up a new character. It's fine. But no, Jesse, you, as you're walking through, it kind of like bends very slightly. It snakes very slightly, kind of left and right as you go. It seems like they were following something as they were excavating.
Okay.
But you can see essentially, as you go through it kind of snakes around another bend, and you're presented essentially with quite a reasonably small, low lit room. Lots of kind of like very clearly being excavated. And the like low glow is that's not that. The low glow is essentially like this weird pointy structure. that appears to have been like mostly excavated.
Oh, great! It is Necrons. Wonderful.
Let me just.
I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna touch it, cheapy.
I'm gonna touch it. Okay. Well, give me a sec, and
I want to take a closer look. Can I roll
Flowers
Forbidden
taste.
Lore Necrons? I don't have that, but can I roll it anyway?
You can roll an intelligence minus, let's say, minus 30.
Okay, I don't have 30 intelligence, so we'll see what
You
happens.
can still crit.
It's possible. -1 degree of success. It was close.
Damn, you got a 9. You almost like
Yeah.
a crit would have got you there. I can also show you what it looks like. Just give me a second. Okay.
Oh, okay, it's not Necrons. I was right about it being striking scorpions.
Just looks a bit like that. With
Okay.
kind of like the actual the center of it isn't glowing or anything, but the some of the lights on the side are kind of like giving
Neat.
a very light glow in the room.
It's a webway gate. If I touch it, does anything happen?
I'm assuming you're going in.
I
and-
touch it.
Okay, nothing happens.
Damn it. I was hoping it would like activate or something.
I could rocket launcher it. See what happens.
Best we don't
Uh,
like break anything. We don't know what'll happen if we break it.
And
Flowers runs through.
just I'm assuming. So Jesse, you've gone in, which means your squad's gone in.
Yeah, sure.
Flowers. How about yourself? You going in?
We're going. We're doing it. We're following along.
Okay, as you finish going in and you start walking up towards this, like, well, I'm just going to call it a webway gate because we know what it is now. But obviously your characters probably don't. With the intelligence roll, I would say you don't. From all around you, like, kind of bouncing off the walls, you hear essentially what sounds like the revving of a chainsaw. Like,
Oh, shit is about to get cool. Let's fight.
so let's get initiative from both of yourselves.
We're about to get massacred. This is what is about to happen. Initiative is D10 plus 3. 6.
Okay.
Yeah. 4.
Oh dear. Okay.
We don't even get to act. Just never saw it coming.
Incoming death. I mean, they
I'm
actually
excited for
are.
it.
They actually are striking scorpions, and that sounds more like they are than my initial guess. We're super dead. Like,
I
there's
love it,
no
though.
way, no way we live.
So
All right, they get the initiative, sheepy.
So descending from the sides of this cavern, out of the shadows and out of like the stalagmites, right? Yeah, ceiling.
Tights to the ceiling, mites
so-
to the floor. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
coming out of the side, you see these like, you know what? I can show a picture.
Yeah, show us a picture. So the thing about Eldar in general and Only War is that their stats are high enough that like even Sheepy's bad rolls could work.
Yeah.
You know, that's the real.
Oh, that's quite big.
That's a
give me
large
a sec.
picture.
What are you doing? Stop. Okay.
I
Oh,
mean,
sorry.
on the plus side, if we do manage to kill them, those chain swords are pretty sick, and I'm gonna take one for sure.
Oh yeah, those chain swords are very cool. Sorry, I'm just resizing it so it's visible on the thing.
Yep.
There you go. Essentially, 5 of these like storm out of the sides. Could both of you roll me a d10?
Sure. 10.
Oh, nice.
7.
Sorry, that was just a little bit loud. 7. Okay, cool. And they descend. The first 3 descend upon Jesse's squad. The other 2 from the sides just descend upon the sides of Flowers' squad, and
I mean,
they.
we do have a lot of bodies. Maybe we can kill them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad. Okay, that's not so bad. That one's also not the worst thing ever. Yeah.
Pretty bad rolling by me.
The first one's pretty terrible, though.
Just.
Oh, good.
And they just descend down, and their chainswords start revving, and in almost an instant, 3 of your squad, Jesse, are cut down.
Are you gonna roll that righteous fury, Sheepy? It might be blood everywhere. It
Well,
could change.
this is
you
a
know?
this is
I'm
a
just saying, like, it's right there.
this is a general. Do you really want to give them like
Yes.
the benefits?
I love rolling on the righteous fury table. Doesn't matter what for.
In that case, because you love it, please roll me a.
I'll roll a d5 for you. Or do you want a d10? I don't know if it's.
D5 will do.
Okay. 5. Yay.
Oh God. Okay.
That'll be on the rending table for sure because it's
Yeah.
chainswords.
It's very much rending. There we are. Okay. Just need to find my.
I'm just forcing Sheepy to engage with mechanics that Sheepy doesn't even use for this show.
I do sometimes. But it is fun to see what happens when you rend someone really badly.
In twain.
Okay, so the powerful blow cleaves the target from gullet to groin, revealing. Oh, that's nasty. Internal organs and spilling them on the ground before him. The target is now quite dead, which is number 9, and you got a 10. So the 10 is as above, except the area and the target are awash with gore. For the rest of the fight, anyone moving within 4 meters of the corpse must make a challenging +0 agility test.
Take that, striking scorpions! Now you have to make challenging tests to move in on me.
But so do you.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna move.
You're not gonna run away, okay?
Flamethrower.
Right. Okay.
This is my plan all along, Sheepy. This was my plan all along.
It's a way to sacrifice troopers for a benefit.
As long as I live, I don't care.
Yeah.
And maybe Kettering. I have a soft spot for him, but not a really big one. If he's in my way, I'll flamethrower him. It's fine.
Okay. So yeah, one of the troopers near you just gets by
Eviscerated.
Yeah, eviscerated. Although not with an eviscerator.
No.
There is not an X-Arc here. You'll be pleased to know, because you probably would be screwed if there was.
That's helpful. Yeah.
I
think we're probably dead anyway, but yeah, it's fine.
Additional one from Flowers goes down under the chainswords. Unfortunately, there's an additional thing, which I imagine Elf knows about.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, just tell us though.
So it's plus.
Pew 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 pew. All right, it's one good one. It's one so far. One good one. It's one good one of 3. All right.
And then just.
Oh, 11 damage pen 2. I don't know if that even kills the guy. It depends. 4 pen 2 definitely doesn't.
4 pen 2 does not. It just basically from the side of their masks, this kind of like flash appears, and one of the troopers goes down to this kind of like concentrated. Essentially, what it is it's needles that are fired into you and then electrified and laserfied. They basically guide lasers into you, and then the lasers kind of like
the old scorpion strike.
Oh god, like the mandiblasters are nasty.
Yeah.
Because they're a free action essentially.
Yep.
That's the
I'm
striking
also gonna take one
scorpions.
of those. I'm also gonna take one of those helmets so I can get.
Oh, Tech Heresy, always fun.
It's the
Um,
greatest.
So, to give you the situation, you are currently in a reasonably small cavernous room.
I
and
believe, Sheepy, that it is my turn. Yes.
it is, yes.
I flamethrower the nearest scorpion,
Okay.
heedless of anything in my way.
Okay. You would probably be out front.
Yeah.
So essentially, like, it'll catch the striking score. Well, do you want to? There's like 3 essentially.
Yeah.
So,
But they came in from different angles, right? So
yeah,
I'm
like
just gonna
from
try and
left,
hit the one.
right,
I'm gonna hit the one that's most likely to close in on me the fastest.
Okay, yeah. There's one to your right essentially. So if you're facing the webway, which is kind of like straight in front as you enter the room,
I got
like,
you.
swing around to the right there.
All right,
Um,
here comes the flame damage.
Just FYI, it will, because they're in close combat, it'll hit the trooper that they're.
That's
in close
fine. I don't
combat
care.
with. Okay.
7 pen 4 and 10 pen 4.
Okay.
Although I assume they're gonna dodge. So
The trooper will see if he can get out of the way. Not so much. Scorpion. A little bit.
yeah, I mean they have good dodge. They're Eldar.
Yeah, just kind of like this concentrated burst of flame. Just like maybe clips the side of the helmet very slightly, leaving like a little bit of like.
Sheepy, can we fire a melt-a-gun from our squad at that same scorpion, please? Can I command that to happen?
Yeah. In the melee, I'll need it'll be a +20, but I'll need a command just to
Sure.
be heard and recognized throughout the.
3.2.
3.2. Okay. I had the stats for the multi-bolter for the bolter up, but
Yeah, I don't have them,
I moved
unfortunately. I
It's
have the heavy
cool,
bolter, but I don't have the multi.
I have it here.
Or, not the multi-bolter, the melt-a-gun. Just because this little hoppy boy is already dodged, so let's see if he can dodge this shit.
Okay.
Hey, there it is.
Okay. Yep. And
Unless he's got specific feats, the dodge means nothing.
he does, but
He fails.
he
Yes!
fails. Okay, so that's gonna be 2d10 plus 10.
Ooh, what's the penetration on that?
Would you like to roll that, Elf?
All right.
Just because I'd feel bad if I like completely messed it up.
20
20.
damage.
With pen 5.
Pen
So-
12. that's what chat said. But
Oh
I
yeah,
guess...
sorry, I was looking at the clip. Pen 12. So yeah, one of the striking scorpions, as he like ducks away from your flame, essentially like turns around, raises the chainsaw and revs it as this like concentrated, like heated air.
It's basically like
It's a microwave, basically, right?
It's like superheated microwave, yeah.
Yeah, just like melts him like a plastic toy, essentially, and just like dripping and falling over, and just a huge horrific.
Fucking nailed it.
So
All right, well that's my turn.
your troopers will go with you. Essentially, I'll roll 1 ballistic and 2 weapon skills.
Yeah, the rest of them I don't. You direct them as necessary.
Okay. This is just kind of a generalization to see how the combat goes, because otherwise we'll be here for like 5 years. Oh, he doesn't succeed, which means the mono entrenching tool gets a chance to do damage.
Yeah.
15 with pen 2. God damn.
Get him. The fact that an Imperial Guard is beating you up in melee is very embarrassing, Striking
Hey,
Scorpion.
back up. It's not his fault. I'm his GM. One of the 1/4 just essentially like panics and like whips out this mono entrenching tool. It's just basically a big spade that's mono eyes, and like the edge of the spade like catches the striking scorpion in the side and like lodges in there and just kind of like some blood trickles down and everything.
Yes, get him.
Flowers. You're up.
I'm firing the rocket launcher into the
Oh,
melee.
shit. Are you just gonna crack missile the one of the scorpions or something?
Absolutely.
All
You
right.
can't give me this toy. There's playing tactically and then playing from the heart.
Okay, so question.
I'm gonna say it with my chest, motherfucker. Sorry.
So question. Into
Yes.
which melee?
Yeah.
I don't want to the one Jesse is not involved in directly.
Okay. You do also have two striking scorpions on the side as well.
Yeah, I ought to go
of-
for
of-
that.
of your guys.
Yeah.
But they
I
are,
should go for that.
they are in melee with your guys as well.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, they're about to be blown to smithereens. Let's not crit fail this.
Alrighty.
Would be a shame.
Please, dear God, don't crit fail. Yeah.
So, okay. Got to say, I respect it.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting it, but I respect it.
Listen,
so
we
this-
only do things one way here in the 3F squad, and that is fucking
Work hard,
ridiculous.
you,
F3. They're fucking ridiculous.
You'll be using a frag missile because that is what you have. The blast radius is 5, which means you can aim at either of the striking scorpions in your that are attacking your squad. You will hit the striking scorpion on a success, obviously. You'll hit the striking scorpion and also probably 4 of your own troops.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, they've done well.
They've lived a long and fruitful life.
Okay.
Yes.
Distance was the
Rather
sort of,
we kill them so the scorpions don't.
Yeah.
I mean, no one watching is going to argue with your battlefield mathematics. To be honest,
With your call here, yeah.
4 guardsmen for a striking scorpion is pretty fucking good.
That's a small price to pay.
Ballistic skill plus 40, please.
Woohoo!
You're almost like point blank, but if you're point blank, you'd hit yourself too, which
7.1 additional degrees of success.
Holy shit.
I don't have the. I just need to double check the blast. Can you? Does dodge work? I think you can still dodge out of the.
Out of a blast, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say no.
Your call.
Purely because he'll be like essentially damped down. So we'll do the striking scorpion first and hope that your rolls go well for the straight up. So this will be 2d10, please. What's the pen on this? Pen is 1. Okay, 2d10.
8.
Okay. So that's the striking scorpion. And could you roll me 4 more, sorry, for your troopers?
10, 6, 13, 14.
Okay, so you essentially shout, Harper, the missile launcher, and you just have this like massive like you already have your hands here ready, and Harper just like drops it onto your shoulder, and you just like click and say cheese, and the missile just goes zoom, and like explodes, like catching this striking scorpion and your troopers as well. As when the dust and smoke and etc. clears, essentially, striking scorpion's still up, but is charred and looking a bit worse for wear. Same as 2 of your troopers. two of the other two being basically like crumpled blobs on the floor.
Hmm.
So we'll just
Cool.
so currently, Sergeant Flowers, you have 7 troopers still up and fighting and going,
And I have 8,
uh,
I believe,
you have
because 2 of them died to striking scorpions.
you have 8. Okay. It is now the striking scorpions go. They are going to just attack because
Sick deal.
okay. They're already in melee, essentially with just regular troopers. So I'll just roll a dodge for the troopers. Oh, nice. Oh, that's nice. So, yeah, I don't even know why I'm rolling
Good.
damage.
Yeah, I don't know why you're
Um,
rolling damage on striking scorpion chainswords against guardsmen. Yeah.
Essentially, one more in your squad goes down to a striking scorpion, and the one that took him down immediately is going to go for. Oh, there we go. Is immediately going to go for the person. Wow, fail. Okay, is immediately going for the one with the melter, but gets like caught up by another trooper
By
who,
some other.
who
Yeah.
like valiantly like jump. You know what? Kettering valiantly
Of
jumps.
course,
I'm
it's
not
fucking
going to let you get to our. And thinks like the striking scorpion's going for you. Like I'm not going to let you get to our sergeant, and is like flailing the shovel at the
Oh god.
striking scorpion.
Come on, Kettering.
In which case we will just see how they do, because they have another. God, these guys are ridiculous. Okay. Wow. Keep rolling like this, Shoopy.
It's
Apparently.
good. It's good.
And then the one on Kettering. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just
Ah!
the mandibles firing off again.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Back up to the top of the round with Hitchingham. Sarge.
I pick a scorpion and I flamethrower.
Okay, so you've got
I've got one engaged with Kettering and one engaged with another guy, right?
you got one engaged with Kettering, kind of like just behind the behind you. If you're facing the
I turn
the
around and I
weapon
try and flamethrower one of the ones that's dealing with Flowers' troops behind me.
okay.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm gonna do.
you can essentially move to the side, and do you want to go for the one that has been rocket launched? It will
Yeah,
catch,
sure.
It will catch the other 2 troopers.
Whatever,
there,
it's
but-
fine. I roll damage.
Okay.
There you go, 7, 6, and 12.
Roll me a d3,
Okay,
just to see which one is the
1, so it's 7.
Okay. So we will just see if he manages to dodge. No. Oh,
No.
okay.
Okay.
And the troopers for the 6. Yes. And for the 12, I don't think I'm gonna succeed this one. I may.
Nope.
No. Okay, so another trooper just falls down. This feels. You remember that scene in Aliens where they're only allowed to use the flamethrower and it's just
Yeah.
chaos?
Yeah.
It feels a bit like that, doesn't it? It's just like, oh god, just hit it. Like,
Just
even if you hit
get
your
him.
own.
Just fuck it. Yeah.
So you're down to 6 flowers. Just FYI.
Okay.
And I just
Sorry.
need to...
Sorry, Flowers.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm all right.
Toasting your men.
And the rocket launcher, I'm just trying to see how long it takes to reload. A full turn. So
Yeah,
if you want to
it's-
reload it, you'll have to take your time reloading yourself.
That's what we gotta do. Unless Harper can load it and I can fire.
Uh, you know what? Considering you're intending on hitting your own troops anyway, I'm going to allow it.
Okay. Yeah.
It makes sense that Trooper Harper uses his turn to reload, and then you can fire. It makes sense to me.
Yes.
So.
Missile monkey, let's do this. Ah!
Right, you are, sir. Let's get to 57, shall we?
We're working on it. We're currently at like half.
two.
3. And as he's like loading up, he's like, "Does our own men count, sir?"
Yes.
Perfect, because I think we're going to get a high body count.
That's what we're going for. 57, then we've won the war. And then I want to let loose with this rocket launcher.
Okay, plus 40 ballistic skill. Wait, so are you going for the one? Because there are 4 left. There are 2 attacking Jesse's squad, and there are 2 attacking your squad now. Because one of them was melted. Do you want to go for the one you hit before, or do you want to go for the other one on yours? Or there's also the 2 with Jesse's.
I'm gonna go for the 2 over on Jesse's side.
You'll only be able to hit 1. They are fairly spaced out.
Then I'll just stick with what I was doing. Thank you for the clarification.
No problem. Plus 40 ballistic skill, please.
Okay.
It's very easy to hit.
Get him.
Shazam! 3.1 additional degrees of success.
Okay, 2d10 damage, please.
Woohoo!
I have a feeling that this is going to wipe out the Scorpion and the remaining 1 person who's fighting the Scorpion. And another 2d10
10 damage.
You need another 2d10.
Another
right?
2d10 for the...
Oh, sorry. Apologies.
No problem.
13. My
Just
lucky number.
Engulfed in this kind of like frag, like just splinters going everywhere and taking them down. The striking Scorpion falls over, the trooper gets blasted away, and you're just like, Harper, another one. We'll just see. We'll just see how the troopers do in general, because there's still quite a few of them. Okay, there's probably like 1 hit. Just give it a little. Alright, well, that's cool. I didn't want to dodge anyway. I didn't choose like the most dodgiest creatures in existence. Okay, it doesn't take him down. But yeah, again, like another. You know what? In this instance, fucking Kettering, right? With his mono shovel, just like it kind of like clangs into the helmet of the striking Scorpion he's fighting, and like gets stuck there, and he's kind of like soaring it back and forth, and the Elder's like head's going up and down like that. He's like, "You'll never get to my sergeant."
Fucking Kettering, come on, man.
Did quite a lot of damage, to be fair. So top of the rock. Okay, calm down with your sheep dice comments. It's hurtful. Okay, so
Don't worry, if you get 1 good turn, we all die. Like it's not even a joke.
We're the chosen ones.
Holy crap.
Oh,
Okay.
that is a big one.
Can you, Jesse? Can you roll me a d7?
D7.
Yes, please.
2.
Okay. Okay. I will roll for a dodge for Kettering. Could make it. Does make it. Okay.
Touchable.
And then, as they fire their lasers.
Okay, there's 1. There's another. Critical.
Okay. Could both of you? Sorry. Grant, could you roll me a d4? And Elf, could you roll
Another
me
D7.
d5?
D5.
Sorry, no, a d6.
Oh, I got a 5.
Was that a D4?
Yes, please. I realized that like Grant has sorry, Flowers, you have your guy with you, so
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, we will roll a little bit of damage as they fire off their mandiblasters. And that is okay. So another trooper goes down for you, and one is severely blasted for you, Flowers.
Sick deal.
So at this point, you're both on 6. And it is Jesse's turn.
We're both on 6, but there's like 3 of them left, right?
There's 3
Or
of them
is it-
left, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I pick one and
Oh.
I fire.
Yeah, there's 3 left now. Okay, you have the one with
You know
yeah,
what? I fire at the one Kettering just put a massive shovel through their head, and Kettering can dodge or not. I don't really care.
Okay, that's fair.
10 and 7.
Roll a d2 for the damage, which goes to which.
2 is the
Okay.
it's the one for the scorpion, I guess.
Yes. Dodge for Kettering.
I'm gonna cook him alive. See you, Kettering.
Yeah,
nerd.
that kills
It
Kettering.
shoots, super does kill him. Yeah.
Okay.
Oops.
Okay.
Later, Kettering.
And then dodge. My dodging has been terrible for these.
F's for Kettering.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Wait, my last 2 dodges have been a crit, a 100 failure, and a 92. Just
Way to go.
yeah, they've okay. Damage of.
I mean, it's
7.
only pen 4, damage 7. So
Pen
like,
4, damage 4.
striking scorpions have pretty good armor.
Yeah. Well, if you'd like to know, they have 10 armor.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
So yeah, it kind of like there's
It basically
portions of
does
the-
nothing. It does 1 damage.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, no, 2.
Oh yeah, no 2. Yeah, you're right.
But still up and standing, the lifeless body of Kettering basically sizzling.
Hell
as it
yeah!
falls.
Get him, Kettering. Even in death, you serve.
You know what? Roll me a command, just flat command.
Okay. The fact that
Just
he did
Undertaker rises from the dead.
any... minus 0.2.
Okay. I gave it a chance. I was like, I
If Kettering had done anything after that, it would have been pretty surprising.
if you'd have succeeded your command, or Kettering had succeeded his willpower, he would have pulled a grenade and blown, you know. But it would have been cool, but unfortunately, it was just a little bit off. So that is yourself, which means we now go to Flowers.
Yes. I have
And Hop
but
is like,
one move.
another rocket, sir.
Another rocket. We're doing great. Our tallies are rising, and yeah, I imagine that's I'm just gonna shoot at whoever's remaining.
So there's a
Is there 3?
there's 2 left now.
2.
There's a 1 engaged with the remnants of your men, which is 4 remnants of your men, basically fighting the 4 of them, and then there's 1 engaged with 2 or 3 of Jesse's troops.
All right, let's fire the one engaged with us.
Okay.
Roll a 6.
Keep killing
40?
our own men.
plus
Kill
40.
them faster than the scorpions can. It's the only way to win.
What was the modifier there?
Plus 40.
Okay.
Does the Melta still live? The Melta does still live.
3
yeah.
additional
Okay.
degrees of success.
Roll me a 2d10 for damage to the scorpion.
Boom, 7.
Oh no, terrible.
And roll me 2d10 3 times.
7, 12.
The scorpions having
13.
10 armor makes this way less good for us.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 more on Jesse's squad go down as it, like,
Yeah.
the explosion seems to mostly plink off this, like, entirely encased
Listen,
Scorpion.
me and Flowers are gonna finish him off. Just the 2 of us left, back to back.
Yes. We got that knife I shook down from that guy who ran off. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
He just
Okay, so let's see how the troopers do. If I now roll well for them, I'm just gonna call some bullshit because. Okay, sure. Jesus. Okay, sure.
Yeah, troopers! Get them, troopers!
Like, what is happening? Why are
Shoot
the
the melter! Shoot the melter gun!
Why? What? Why are the 1-4 so melee? Oh my god, they're so gangster.
Yeah! Yeah, trench shovel! Get him! Scorpions ain't shit! I mean, again, 10 armor means it's like, does very little.
It still does damage though. This is the thing. They're chipping away at these guys. Like,
Yep.
like shovels going into armor. The striking scorpions like, oh, like revving up and like blasting with mandibles. What is? Okay. See, this is the thing is when Bentham was playing his 1-4 before he was promoted all the way, he killed a gene stealer with a mono shovel.
It happens.
Yeah.
Righteous Fury is a hell of a drug.
It's the mono shovel. That's what it is. It's apparently it's a holy implement of the Emperor. I didn't know this. So we go to the top.
The 1-4 have all dipped their mono shovels in the holy Emperor blessing fountain.
So it will be 1 and 2.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Here it comes.
Would you like to roll for your troopers? Or are you happy for me to roll?
Nah, you go ahead. You
Okay.
you just do what needs to be done.
I was hoping you'd make it easier on me, but okay.
No, I will not.
Okay, there we go. We got a fail.
Sick deal.
And wow, really? Okay.
Yeah. Staying in it. Staying in it.
Just for the record, for everyone, I am rolling like 60 targets for the striking scorpions and 30 target for the troopers, and I'm succeeding for the troopers and failing for the scorpions.
Just getting lucky. Just getting real lucky.
It's sheep. It's just pure sheep dice. That's all. I don't under. Okay. I'm
It's
not gonna.
statistics.
keep
It's
complaining.
statistics at play, sheepy. Oh god!
So that's a
19 damage.
Yeah, that's another one down.
Goodbye, trooper.
Sorry, I need to Grant, the one you shot at was at oh no, because they didn't die anyway. So it would be yeah, it's
As far as I'm aware, there are still 3 striking scorpions up trying to kill us.
yes.
Cool. All right, just making sure.
Okay, so that's you now have, including yourself, 2.
Is that me?
So you have yourself and you have 1 more trooper in melee.
Okay, that's on my my
Yes.
squad, right? Okay, sweet.
So essentially what you have is you have 1 striking scorpion engaged in melee with 1 of your troops, another one who's just finished
That
off
sounds
another one.
good. Sounds great. I love it.
Okay.
I don't
And then
even need extra troops. All right, my turn. I drop the heavy flamer and I pick the meltagun off the corpse of the guy with the meltagun and I fire it at a striking scorpion.
okay. Ballistic skill plus 20. Wait,
Yeah.
is that plus 20? Yeah.
Yeah,
you
because
have
it's
time to
point
aim.
blank, but no aim. Yeah. No! Oh boy,
Oh,
that's
no.
not great.
Wait.
Oh, did I put a plus? I
You
put a plus in it.
yeah,
I put a plus in it.
I'll allow the reroll.
Let
on
me
that
let
one.
me go again. Let me go again. Yes.
Okay. And now you'd think like, hey, Sheepy's gonna be safe because striking scorpions, they don't have they're really dodgy and stuff. But okay, no, he's fine. Okay,
Aw,
he's out of the
damn
way. He's like, "Wah!" He's like, I've seen what that could do to my friends.
Yeah, she picks up the melting gun. She's like, "Die, Xeno scum!" Fires it. He just takes a massive chunk out of the wall behind him as he like dodges out of the way.
It's just like wow, and just like a huge like section of the wall starts melting, and you're like, why was I using a flamer? This is awesome.
This is great.
So we are now going to go to flowers.
All right.
So you have 4 troops engaging the last striking scorpion, who's on your squad. And it's essentially in the center, like in between these melees going on, is you and Harper like loading in this rocket launcher.
Yep. Well, let's fire that striking scorpion and see if we can knock him on his ass.
The one with the 4 people?
Yes.
Okay.
Holy shit. Flowers.
We gotta hit our numbers. It's about numbers.
Okay.
Allies count. Allies count.
Allies count.
So that'll be plus 40 ballistic skill, please.
4.1 additional degrees of success.
Okay, so we'll start off with the striking scorpion. 2d10, please. If you can roll 2 10s, that would be great for you right now.
I did it. I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Okay, 2d10, please. Just roll me 4 more 2d10s.
12, 12,
Okay.
7, 7.
Good news is only 2 of them die. So
Sick.
you have 2 people still engaged in melee. They've got like bits of shrapnel in their body, and they're like swinging their mono shovels, like get back, you stupid. So we'll do the initial one that you just shot at. Who fails? Because of course he does. We'll do the one engaged with Elf's last trooper. Who fails? Okay, and then Elf, because you picked up the melter gun,
Yep.
Which is demonstrably the most dangerous thing. The last one's going to charge at you.
Okay, bring it on, Scrub Lord.
Okay.
I dodge.
Dodge.
I do it.
Jesus. What is happening?
I'm gonna point blank the shit out of the guy.
Okay, so that is the striking score. Oh, no. Yep. Sorry, I forgot. I almost forgot to do the thing. Okay, so that's the one over there. So we'll just see if it manages to finish off any of the people. Pen 2? Yeah, no, it does. So there's now one more person, Sergeant Flowers, fighting that one by you.
It's basically just me, Flowers, and one other guy.
Harper being like, oh.
So current sit rep, it's you in like being attacked by one striking scorpion.
Yep.
It's one of your troopers, Jesse, engaged with another one.
Uh-huh.
One of Flowers' troopers engaged with the third one,
Okay.
and then
Flowers
and Harper in the middle.
Okay, all right, cool.
Okay, so
My turn.
Oh
wait, no, you gotta roll ballistic skill for the scorpion in melee with me.
Yes. So I'll do the one with the other one, which fails, and then I'll do the one in melee with you, which succeeds.
Oh, very nice. I already dodged, so I can't dodge again.
Yeah, which means I have to do damage.
Roll damage.
10 with pen 2.
Ooh, okay, 8 damage. 10 damage with 2 of my armor reduced. I currently have a armor of like
7?
4. It's like 4 across body plus toughness is 7. So 7. Pen 2 is 5. I take 5 damage.
Yeah,
I take 5
so you
damage.
take 5. It's kind of not. It's just like a nasty kind of like hit. It kind of goes in between the plates in your armor and hits your shoulder.
Just
and
like,
you get this kind of like.
God, you're gonna pay for that.
And you're up.
I fire the melting gun at point blank range. I aim and then fire
Okay.
at the scorpion.
Because technically speaking, you're not able to fire in close combat, like melee combat. But I don't really care.
Alright,
Because
sick.
this is cool and like you started being outnumbered, even though there's only 5 of them.
Yeah, whatever.
So let's call it a +10 ballistic skill.
Okay.
just for the kind of like unwieldiness of the whole trying to like bring it to bear.
All right, here we go. I do not succeed.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, just kind of like goes a little bit wide. In this instance, please roll me a d3.
Okay. 1.
Okay. I will roll a dodge for the final striking scorpion and trooper, because essentially it was one.
Okay, sure, yeah.
I figure, you know, like, yeah.
I fire the meltagun, it goes a little astray, and some other people are gonna get melted instead.
So striking scorpion. Jesus.
Yeah! Getting him!
And
you can do it, buddy!
Oh,
Oh,
no, so roll me damage for the striking scorpion first, and then do you need the stats for the?
It's 2d10, 2d10 pen 12 basically, right?
It is 2d10 plus 10 pen 12.
Oh, plus 10 pen 12. Okay. 15 for the striking scorpion,
Okay.
and 18 for the trooper.
So yeah, both of them get like as you're fighting the striking scorpion, like you basically trying to bring your gun to bear, and it shoots you, and it sends that electric jolt into your shoulder.
It's like taser fires the melta. Yeah, taser fires the melta in a wrong direction.
And the melta just like spins and like, and then like fires off and just melts. Your final trooper and also the striking scorpion.
I love killing everyone in my squad.
Wait, you killed 2 striking scorpions as well.
I know,
so...
I know. I'm doing great.
Oh, survivors.
Can't believe you dodged. So Flowers, you're up. You have Jesse in melee.
Sheepy,
with,
I don't know if you know this, but I have 2 ranks in dodge. I took another one.
Oh yeah. You know the system well enough to know dodge is the survival one. The reason striking scorpions are so scary is because they have 2 dodges and also they've got two attacks they can do.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry,
Grant.
Flowers.
Yes. As I'm going to fire the missile at the remaining striking scorpion. I'm also going to tell Harper it's time to engage. So I will not be reloading this. Harper must go forth and engage instead of handing me boomsticks.
Can I wait till you fired your missile first, sir?
Yes.
Thank you. So
yeah, I was gonna say, no, I need more bodies piled. You better get down there, and then
I need my number. Could we get a plus 40 ballistic skill, please?
Mm-hmm. 1 additional degree of success.
Could we get a 2d10 for the striking scorpion?
Yes.
Roll high.
12.
Interesting. And could we get a 2d10 for the trooper as well?
7.
Okay. Wait, does the trooper die? The trooper doesn't die. The scorpion dies, but the trooper So yeah,
yes!
this explosion essentially just hits the striking scorpion like directly in the chest, and I guess its body like dampens the damage that the trooper takes. Just basically some dented armor, a few like bits of frag like indented into his armor. But Harper's like there with his mono shovel.
Yeah.
He's like, you still want me to charge, sir? He is dead.
Fight with Jesse! Or the scorpion.
She's on our side, sir.
Team up with her. Fight.
Right.
Not against. With.
So you're joined, Jesse, by Trooper Harper, who is going to try and...
I figured.
Get him, Harper.
It's going to be a 30 because charge and also double team.
Oh, hits it.
Hits. So the scorpion's going to try and dodge. What is happening?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Mono shovel.
Oh,
no damage.
No damage. Pen 2 actually.
Pen 2 doesn't matter if the armor is still higher in the end.
Yeah,
you subtract it off the total of the armor because it would be like 8. Basically.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, so that's still no damage. And that... we do also have the other trooper fighting the other striking scorpion.
Yeah, the one-on-one that those guys are having over there.
I don't know what's happening over there. It's just insanity.
That trooper's just been holding that scorpion up for like.
What the hell? I rolled a 10?
Yeah!
If I now fail this striking scorpion's dodge roll, I'm just going to leave. Okay, cool.
Oh no, he dodged.
I was a second away from
He
just
dodged.
leaving the entire thing. Just nope.
He
No
dodged
more.
it. He dodged
So we now go up to the striking scorpions, who the one.
Wait, didn't those two guys get melted? Isn't it just two scorpions left? That whole
Yes,
those two.
Yeah, there's just 2 left.
Okay, so.
If you want to give a.
Oh no, I got
order,
you. I got you.
Yeah. So Flowers, if you want to give an order to the guy who survived your rocket launcher, feel free. Or he'll probably just run forward. To
Kill
engage.
the scorpion.
You know what?
Engage.
Actually, roll me a command. With a plus. You know what? Roll a flat command. You're lucky I don't make you roll a minus. Actually.
Negative 1.1.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, so you're like, good job, trooper. You survived my test, and the trooper's just like, and just runs and like heads out the tunnel.
So it's just Harper.
It's Harper.
One other trooper, me, and Flowers. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, the one with the other trooper, the striking scorpion, is going to try and hit. Succeed to hit. Trooper got to try and dodge. Succeeds to dodge. What is happening? I mean, screw it. Just
Dude is clearly from a death world and is just fucking
What is
so
happening?
ready. All right, but now Scorpion, me, or Harper. Let's go.
Scorpion, honestly, because you're in melee, it's going to be. No,
I mean,
you're too
Harper
much
and
of
I
a-
are both. Harper and I are both in melee, but I have a melting gun in my hand.
Yeah, it's the fact that you're still holding the. I'll give you a chance if you want to drop the melter gun.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay, so it's gonna go after you because you have the threat.
I have faith in the Emperor. The Emperor protects.
Okay. Dodge.
Darn it! I dodge. Dodge for the ages. I miss.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Roll
I
the
made-
damage.
I
Bring
made
it
for
on.
you here.
I'm going in. I'm
16.
super fucking dead.
Three.
I am like double dead, basically. Like
Okay.
I had 3 HP left, so yeah, I get eviscerated by a scorpion chainsword.
Roll me a willpower, please.
Willpower. All right. Minus 2.7.
Okay. This may hit Harper as well, if you want, as the chainsword.
I fire
is
the
like...
melt-a-gun.
Okay. Please roll me your ballistic skill with a plus 30.
Plus 30. Okay.
Just in this instance.
I did a plus. It was I did a thing where I
yeah,
put the plus again.
Don't worry.
My mistake. My mistake.
Reroll.
I fucked it up anyway.
Okay. Roll me a d3, please. Just don't roll a 3.
But I want to.
Okay.
I did.
Okay, please roll me damage on Harper.
Yeah. 17 damage, pen 12 on Harper. I fucking melt his ass.
So as you go down, you are left.
There's a spray of horrible chainsword evisceration.
Yeah,
she
just-
fires the melt up, melts Harper, and the striking scorpion is standing there uninjured, looking at Flowers' face.
So as you go down, your vision starts to dim. You think about how you're going to have a shouting match with your lieutenant when you get back for sending you down here because this place sucks. But you see a shadow, and you just click and aim and fire, and you're like, at least I took that bastard out with me.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
You think it's the scorpion, you know? It's just like
Yeah. No, I go down thinking I'm a fucking hero, but I melted.
Honestly,
I melted Harper.
Honestly, close enough.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then that will do for that, which means that
It would be
that's
my
his
turn,
go.
but my turn is done.
Yes. So, Flowers, it is you and a striking scorpion who is basically like. You can see the picture of it. It has a helmet. It has no expression. You still get the impression it's a little bit confused, and like nonplussed as to what just happened. Jesse's gone down, and seems to be probably dead. Like that would be your guess. Harper just got incinerated, and is now popping and boiling on off to the side. There is another striking scorpion fighting a lone trooper. You're up. And
57, Harper.
You
That
don't.
was 57.
you were 57, Harper.
Yes. Oh.
Oh.
I don't have a missile, but I can fire my other weapon, I assume. And
I have a flame. There's a heavy flamer on the ground. Go get it and fire it. You can't miss.
I'll allow that.
Ha! This is for Jesse. Ding, 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 ding.
You grab it and you fucking Mission Impossible combat roll.
It's gonna come down to the dodge roll of this striking scorpion, which I can't believe because please just succeed it. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you kind of like flame around. The trooper will try and take out this last striking scorpion. What is happening?
Flash, and
Striking
flame
scorpion.
are my final words.
Okay, it dodges at least. And then as you wield this wide arc of flame, the striking scorpion kind of like ducks below it and brings up its chainsword.
But he misses. No, he don't.
A dodge, please.
Dodge. Oh my goodness. I will try.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Negative 4.4. My luck has run out.
Just as planned. You fucking die.
I did damage.
Okay. Wait. Could you roll? You know what? I deserve this. If I roll a 1, I'm going to be so upset with myself. Yes. Okay. There we go.
You rolled a 5.
So this is rending. There we go. Do you have a preference for where the striking scorpion hit you? Head, body, arm, leg.
Groin. Yeah. Just up the middle. The uppercut. Yeah, torso.
All right, sounds like body to me.
Okay. Yeah. So very much like the last one is just like you just get caught on the upper swing and it just like slices and like revs and as your vision fades and you fall backwards like fountaining blood and you fall lifeless to the ground.
Yeah. I'm sure the final thought in my head as it starts to rain on me, it reminds me of emerging from the water in my first days and Poseidon returns to the sea.
Oh no, Poseidon's dead. Oh. So what we're going to do, because essentially both of our players are dead.
Yeah, we're dead.
There is one Imperial Guard.
He can do it. I believe in him.
Versus
our
two
ghost cheer him on.
I will see if the striking scorpions
get the melt-a-gun. It's your only hope.
Okay, so they both are missing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a dodge for him. Oh, he's okay.
He's super dead.
So we will go to an image of the last trooper who ran away, desperately scurrying up the tunnel away. Finally manages after a few minutes manages to get up and out back into the Underhive. where as he gets out, he's like, yes, finally you could hear like sounds of battle and chainswords and explosions from behind him, like kind of emanating out the tunnel. And he kind of like looks around, and then the camera frames him from behind, and then a shadow up on a building that looks like this.
Oh yeah, Warp Spider. Sweet.
And we will fade out on him basically being like, oh. So Betham, they died.
Damn it! I just needed
Sorry,
someone to
Bentham.
survive and tell us.
Sorry, Bentham.
That was
We tried our best. I tried to melt the
That
gun
was
stuff.
fun. That was the
that,
best.
that was crazy. I was like, 5 striking scorpions will be rough, but
I mean, it was doable. We just like the rolls didn't pan out, and we started killing our own men really fast.
I mean, it makes sense, honestly, in the situation.
All right, we'll have a little bit of an early wrap up today. We will, of course, do an after show. Wait, no, never mind. My brain was like, wait a minute, it's the last one for this group. Does that mean it's public? I'm like, no, it's still the same show. We're not doing a new show
Yeah.
yet.
Still same
My
shit.
brain's melting. We're gonna go do an after show though, so you can catch that in a couple of days' time on the Patreon. In the meantime, here's the announcements. We've got today's supporter was Inquisitor Hero Sheep. Thank you very much for supporting today's episode. We also have the character sheets for Good Strong Hands. They are out now on the Patreon. You can check those out for the end of that show. There are, of course, GM notes from E for Dungeons & Dragons Ascension. You can check out the stats for the Chain Geist creature, and there are more stats for more things that we encountered in the most recent episode that I won't spoil quite yet. Also, we're sponsored by Roll20. Check out the Twitter for giveaways and such that are ongoing, presumably, over there. And also, normally I'd say around about now, but in fact, in 36 minutes, the first episode of Night's Black Agents, The Hungry Dead, GM'd by our very unwise Papa Grant and featuring Distracted Elf, will be out on the YouTube for you to check out. I'm running the tech for that too. We're all here.
Yeah.
That's the announcements. Let's go through people and where you can find them. Let's start with Elf. What are you up to, and where can we find you for the final time on this show?
Hello, friends. I'm Distracted Elf. You can find me at twitch.tv/DistractedElf or on Twitter at DistractedElf. I generally am doing a bunch of tabletop stuff and also some miniature stuff and some, tabletop-related writing and what have you. All of that can be found and detailed on my Twitter and then my Twitch channel, basically. So, go there.
Right, and Grant.
Hi everyone, my name is Wise Papa Grant, but I'm rebranding myself to only do Goblin Puppet Theater full-time on street corners around the country. If you want to support me, tell me to stop. I don't know, I'm sorry, that was a fun session.
And, of course, Sheepy.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sheepdog. I run The Wandering Inn. We do TTRPG stuff over on my channel as well. Currently, I'm doing a VTM show called Sunkist. I've also done a Werewolf of the Apocalypse game, which was called Moonkist. It was a lot of fun and a very short thing, and I ignored like 90% of the book, but that's fine. Additionally, for all of you 40k fans, myself and Tashnor, you may know her from the first cast, are doing a series where she paints miniatures and I talk about the lore about the miniatures she's painting. We've done Necrons, we've done Eldar, and you can find that on Tashnor's YouTube and also my YouTube if you want to go check that out. So it's called 40,000 Layers. I think I said that.
All right, and also shout out to Mathis. Couldn't be here today because he was feeling rough, but you can check him out in plenty of places too. He's got a YouTube channel where he plays games. He's in the Chilluminati podcast, which is found in all the podcasty places, and does lots of cool GMing things all over the shop, often of VTM.
I'd like to see Mathis do Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I don't know that he's ever done that before, which is weird. You would think he would have by now. We should get him on that.
I'd really like to see him do that.
I've seen surprisingly little Call of Cthulhu in my time. I've never played it, and we've only had one short show and roll for it. We need to do more of that. Anyway, we're going to go do an after show for the final time, and then you can, of course, catch that soon on the Patreon. Next time you'll see Roll For It will be on Thursday with the next episode of Dungeons and Dragons Ascension with our next guest, Nomadic. And, of course, you can find this show next week returning with the Commander Cast on Sunday, where we will have no idea that this happened, and so won't be able to make any plans. Or
we could talk about it in the after show, though.
Of course. But, the commanders are going to be like, doop-de-doo, we know there's Eldor, but in, like, this one place, it's fine. There's just a couple on Katik, probably. Little do we know, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
It's no longer my concern.
Alright, thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time, and may the dice roll ever in your favor.